That's
I'm a big
wonderful.
fan of it.
Yeah, honestly, I was always skeptical about Reiki. I wasn't always sure, and I forgot to go live there. I'm sorry. We just went live. Welcome to the show. I was never sure. It's a Tuesday. Tuesdays are always like my hell day. I'm sorry. Welcome, Get Haunted. You're watching us on Get Haunted. Welcome to the show. Here we go. So I've always been a big fan. I was always skeptical. So I had an experience. My aunt, she was a licensed, she still is a licensed social worker. She's practicing out of South Carolina now, but she also offered Reiki through her practice. And I was always like,
Hmm.
And she's like, well, I got a student. I'm doing students are doing readings, and you can come down and you can get a reading from one of my students. So there's nothing like I couldn't like, there'd be no reason that I think she would be faking it, but some of the stuff that this lady told me was like, how are you gonna know that? And then some of the things that I like experienced in my own head, in my own memories, was like just earth shattering, like just unbelievable things. I like hearing my grandfather's voice that I haven't heard since I was like 12 years old was like in my head, and I
Hmm.
was hearing it. I was like experiencing him, and he's been dead for like 30 plus years. It's just really cool. It's just really cool.
With Reiki energy, you can balance out your chakras, which then opens up all new possibilities for all different things. You, and while giving Reiki to you, because I'm tapped into your energy and your chakras, and I'm in there doing what I got to do to cleanse whatever we're cleansing or healing whatever we're healing. I'm seeing the source of the trauma. I am hearing from spirit. I'm connecting with everything all at the same time. So yeah, you're going to get a reading from me and some homework at the same time,
Hmm.
because Reiki is not a permanent fix to anything. Okay. Um, so I could go in there and give you a full workup and balance all 7 chakras, and you'll walk out feeling great. But then something's going to happen that's going to throw you off, because that's life, right?
Right.
Reiki is just one of those things to relieve in the moment. So that's why I firmly believe in everybody should know how to perform Reiki on themselves.
Hmm.
Um, which is why I want to become a Reiki master, because I want to be able to help people learn how to do that. I want to help people like raise themselves up, heal
That,
themselves, take care of
yeah,
themselves,
that's
stuff like that.
another like really cool point that I want to like throw out there. It's like as an investigator, I've noticed that like there's something about energy with the paranormal, something about energy with the spirit world. Like they can maybe somehow manipulate that energy or use that energy. And the more I do stuff like Reiki, or I did like was it Queen Goon, the Asian energy meditation. I don't even know what to call it. I did it in a karate class, and it was just after doing stuff like that, I noticed that I was more open to either experiences were more clear, should I say. I went from seeing like to a more of a shadowy figure to more like of a solid person. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, yes, it does, because you are tapping more into your own vibration and the vibrations of others. You're becoming more aware, more awakened to what you're able to do. So you're able to do it better. Does that make
Hmm.
sense?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hmm. All
So
these energies
how long
that you
have you had?
work
I'm
with.
sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, 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 go ahead.
Now, how long have you had this gift? Though you've been a medium first, I would imagine. How long have you
My whole
been
life.
gifted? Hmm.
My whole life. Oh, sorry, my air conditioner's turning on right now.
Fair enough. It's on.
um, my whole life, as long as I can remember, I can remember seeing and communicating with spirit. But early on as a child, parents, they tell you it's just your imagination. And I was a
Hmm.
very gullible child, and I honestly grew up believing that these interactions was my imagination doing its own thing. You know what
Yep.
I mean?
Right.
Until I got a little later in life, and then I realized, no, no, babe, you're not crazy, and it's not your imagination.
Right. Right. I mean, I had experiences as a child that I just like nah, and then as a teen, I'm nah. I just like tried
Yeah.
to keep ignoring it until I just couldn't
Hmm.
anymore. And I'm glad that I don't anymore because it never gets old. It never stops fascinating me how they communicate EVPs. It just blow my mind. Whether it was my first one I ever heard to the last one I captured, it's just absolutely phenomenal. And I enjoy any bit of information I can get from talking to others about it. So that's really cool.
After I had after having my daughter, it seemed to like open up like a huge door for me. They
Hmm.
say after having some traumatic events,
Right,
sometimes these things can trigger this, right?
right,
After I
right.
gave
Of
birth to
course.
my daughter, it seemed like all of this stuff like opened right up for me in a way that I could see how, looking back, walking throughout my life, I was blatantly in denial about who I am and what I was doing, you know?
Right.
And I decided to pick up a tarot deck one day. I never read a book or anything like that. I just picked up a deck and I went to a class with my sister and my mom and I read everybody there and everybody was like, oh my God. And it was
Hmm.
like history from there. I just didn't stop and I couldn't stop. And I just went into this like deep dive spiral of spirituality. And I learned so much about myself, so much about um, energy and spirit, and found new ways to channel and new ways to heal myself and others. It's just been
Right.
awesome.
That's great. No, that's good. That's
Yeah.
what I like to hear. All right, Bams. Any more questions for her before we, I don't know, get rolling into tonight's?
Yeah, Christina, you have an event coming up in what does it say, Cumberland, Rhode Island?
No. Yes, I
Is that
do.
where it is?
On September.
Are you from around the area?
I am. I'm currently located in East Providence, Rhode Island. So yeah, I'm born and
Oh, nice.
raised in literally any spot. You pick a spot in Rhode Island, I probably lived there at one point. But yeah.
Quick question. Quick
Um,
question from our viewing audience. Do you ever have a near death experience as a young age or experience with death?
yes. Yes, I have.
Hmm.
Um, when I was, oh God, a few times when I was young, I had mastoid ear infections and I almost died quite a few times. I had several operations and all kinds of crazy things happen all the way up
Hmm.
until I was about the age of 15. And I'll tell you, being in the hospital was one of some of the craziest spiritual experiences. You want to
I
go to
believe
a
it.
haunted place, you just walk into any hospital.
I 110% believe it. I've had other people tell me the same thing. Like you see ghosts everywhere in a hospital. I've had questionable experiences myself in the Miriam Hospital when I've been there getting all sorts of wonderful treatments. So yeah, it's and I worked in a hospital. So yeah, a few of them. So I would say some of them were definitely haunted.
Oh
The one
yeah.
in
Oh
Attleboro
yeah.
was definitely haunted. Um, yeah, for sure. Not only by like patient, it was an old mansion. And they get donated to a Christian organization that turned it into a mental psych hospital. And Babs and I both worked there. That's how we both met. And there was a
Oh,
wing in the
okay.
hospital. It was the whole hospital was kind of creepy at certain times, but there was one area of the hospital that was dedicated to the old original style of the mansion, and it was all original. And there were days that I would walk all the way around the other way just so I
There's a
wouldn't have
slave
to go
quarters.
through that
Oh.
go
The
through that
slave
section.
quarters stayed almost like it wasn't really changed much.
Right. There's an old
It was like a
piano.
real old mansion. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was some really creepy stuff that
I saw
happened
apparitions in the
sometimes there.
basement. I heard my own name called various times. I can remember how it felt walking through. It's just that like that like immediate like no buddy, don't go in here, don't go in here, don't just go the other way, buddy. That immediate like ugh feeling.
But
So
before we get too far, this event in Cumberland, Rhode Island, it is
oh yeah,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
it's on September 13th, 8 p.m. Friday the 13th, which is dope. Uh,
Yes, it is on
now,
Friday the 13th.
what
Ooh,
exactly are you
Definitely
going to be
chose that
doing?
date on purpose.
You're going to be doing
ooh.
tarot readings. You're going to be doing some medium stuff and Reiki all at once.
Yeah, it's going to be a really
Wow.
cool experience. There's going to be a bar so people can drink and let loose and get a little comfortable.
Yeah.
I want to start off the evening with a Reiki circle. Participation is optional, you
Hmm.
know, so we can raise the vibrations, give everybody who wants to join a little good cleanse, that kind of thing. And then, yeah, I mean, I'm going to walk around the room. I'm going to allow spirit to guide me. I'm going to have my tarot cards with me. There's going to be mediumship. There's going to be tarot. There's going to be oracle. There's just going to be a lot of connection. You know what I mean? It's just going to
Nice.
be everybody in the room kind of vibing together, and I'm just going to be throwing readings out wherever.
I like
You
it.
know what I mean? It's going to be fun. Um, I do have some little odds and ends, some jewelry and stuff like that that I make that will be available for purchase if you want to, no pressure.
Yeah.
And any donations that are made towards like snacks and stuff is going to be going to animals in need.
Awesome.
I'm trying to connect with a specific organization that I want to work with, but to be determined on that first. I can't announce just yet, but
That's fair. That's good.
yeah,
My
I gotta get all the details coordinated with them first.
side note, my girlfriend does animal rescues. It's just like, I mean, granted, she has like 25 dogs in her house right now, and half of them are
Oh
like just
wow.
they're rescues, and she has only 7 of her own. But like amazing heart. She spends all her money on dog food and medication for these dogs that she's given a good home to, remaking them a dog and rehoming them into a good home. It's just like doing that for people is one thing, but doing that for animals who have no voice and no, it's amazing to raise money for these organizations. That's a good organization. That's whichever you're doing. Anything that's going to help animals is or children with cancer. It's just a great thing. So speaking of tarot cards and tarot card readings and the amazing things that you do, we have our first guest readee. So Bams and I are gonna kind of
Okay.
like sit back. We're gonna bring her in.
Okay.
She's a friend of mine, and she's a lovely lady. And you just do your thing. Here's our first
Okay.
guest. Her name is Holly.
Hi,
Hi.
Holly. How are you?
Hello. Good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Okay. So, question for you. Do you have a specific topic that you want to hear about, or do we just pull in whatever spirit has to say?
I don't know. I have so many things going on right now. I have no clue.
Are you nervous right now?
Just like work and life and, all that good stuff.
Are you nervous right now? I'm feeling a little
A little
nervous
bit, yeah.
energy right now. Take a deep breath, right? In through your nose, out through your mouth, because I can feel it all in here. My stomach is like flipping, right? My heart's starting to race a little bit. So, gotta ground yourself, all right? You'll help me ground me because we're connected, okay?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got, okay? You said you have a lot going on. I was a little distracted by the nervous energy. Let's see what Spirit's got to say. I'm going to pull from my Oracle deck first, okay? I'm going to see what's going on. Ooh, throat chakra. Okay. Ooh, gosh. We got a lot to say. And this is just with my Oracle deck. Let's see what we got. We have self-expression. Okay. This is backwards. Sorry, I'm not used to this being inverted. Okay, self-expression, vocalism, individuality, inner voice, assertiveness, and creativity, imagination, expression. Okay, all expression, right? Originality and passion. This is that throat chakra. Okay, this is needing to speak our truth and really being able to feel safe and comfortable to really express who we really are, right, and how we really feel inside. Okay. And not even just that, like, you're not only being called to like express this, it's not even a call. It's like a yearning. Like you want to be creative, you want to show these certain sides of you, but like there's something really holding you back. Okay. Now the other cards that came out, because babe, we got quite a few. Okay. The one that stands out the most, though, is our, oops, again, I'm not used to this, is our personal boundaries. Okay. And that's that solar plexus. That's where we were feeling all of that nervous energy. Okay. At first. Okay. That's choice again with the assertiveness. I think this is the third card that had assertiveness on this, empowerment and authenticity. The other cards that came out is another throat chakra. We have will, we have love, compassion, and third eye. Okay. So what we're going to talk about, right, because all this throat chakra and all this heart chakra all comes from these personal boundaries. Okay? All this blue and green, which is here and here, is all thrown off because of this right here, our solar plexus. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you like how this ties together? I love this. And bottom of the deck is this visualization. We're going to bring this all together. So right now, setting boundaries is something that you don't have a problem with, but it's sticking to the boundaries, right? It's when you have to stand up for yourself. Okay, it's when you have to. I bet you if I pull out my tarot deck, the Queen of Swords is going to come out and be like, you need to stand up for yourself. Okay, sorry, I'm trying not to cuss. I don't know if that's
That's fine. You're
allowed.
doing good.
All right, I
Absolutely.
don't have like I don't have that very good of a filter when I read.
That's okay.
But yeah, you need to stand up for yourself, okay? There's always that fear though of like, I don't want to be mean because my air conditioner's speaking out. I don't know if like you're just that capable of being that mean, or if you're just really you just trauma. Do you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you've been around people who've just been really mean, and you're like, I don't want to treat people that way. I don't want to be treated that way, so I'm not gonna act like. You know what I'm saying? Like you are
Yeah,
afraid of
absolutely.
coming across too aggressive, but you're not
Mhm.
coming across aggressive enough. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Certain situations, yes. Others, not so
Yeah.
much.
So you need to stick to your boundaries when you set them, and it's okay. All right, especially when those emotions arise and you feel like you're beginning to lose a little control, right? Like I feel like like I'm getting angry and then I want to cry because I'm trying to hold that anger in, but it's gonna come out somehow. So here comes the tears, right?
Mhm.
So again, it's okay to express how you feel. You're angry. Be angry. It's okay to do that. Okay.
Mhm.
So these are just some big, big things that the universe is saying to you. Like, we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. I promise. You have been having all kinds of we're going to get back to that. We're going to go back into this love and this compassion here, okay? Because you have support, right? You
Yep.
have people who aren't fighting, but who are willing to offer you that love and that compassion, who's very gentle, who's very caring, okay? And they offer you the empathy, but I'm not sure if you see it at times, right?
Mhm.
And I also feel like you need to start doing those things for yourself. Right? Bring it in. Okay. Self
Mhm.
care isn't just going and getting like your hair and your nails done and spending money on yourself and things like that. Self care is literally when you are feeling at your worst, looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, being your own cheerleader and not your worst enemy. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Now, now we're gonna get into this.
Uh-oh.
You've been having some real strange experiences lately. Okay, some of your own, like, oh, what was that? Like, I'm seeing things out the corner of my eye. I'm having really weird dreams.
Mhm.
Your intuition is pinging and it is on point, and you got to trust it. Okay. Um, the universe, your spirit guides are really coming in strong, wanting to talk about manifestation through visualization for you. Okay, you can make things happen by really mapping them out in your head. Like you create your own vision board up in here. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So like when you're doing this, sometimes the spirit's saying like you might be pinning too many things to your board at once. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And sometimes those things don't belong on the same board.
Mhm.
So be a little bit more organized with your manifestations. And I think you'll have much more success in them. Okay. Now, I'm going to pull some tarot. This is where we're going to get a little bit more specific. Do you have questions or anything you want to hear before I pull?
No.
Can I just ask a quick question between you? You used Oracle first, now you're using Tarot. Is there a difference?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
The short answer, yes. Hold on, I
Fair
dropped the
enough.
card.
Fair enough.
Okay. The short answer is yes. Oracle cards are left more for open to the interpretation of the reader, whereas tarot cards have more specific meanings.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
The number 8 is significant for you. I don't know if you've been seeing lots of 8s lately. Okay. If you haven't, you will, because I just planted the seed. But all right, come on. Yeah, just look at that. 3 8s. I knew it. All right, so let me show you what we got going on so far. We got this. I feel like we're trying to make some changes. Okay, we have this devil in the reverse, and now comes the 3 8s. That 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. 8 of Cups. And that Strength card, which is the number 8, and I don't know if you can really see it, has the infinity symbol over the top there.
Look at that.
And then we have that 2 of Wands that came out in the reverse, right? So we're trying to make some changes, and I can feel that. I can feel it, right? But you're not feeling like you're being successful in the changes that you're making. And it's call you out on this one, babe. All right. And it's because you're not putting the effort in the right areas. Okay. We're almost intentionally distracting ourselves because we don't want to do the work. Does that make sense?
Yep.
We kind of just want it to happen. You
Just
know?
like what we were
Like-
talking about last weekend, buddy.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah. Put that Nike hat on, just do it. Right?
Yes, I am.
You got to walk away from some long-standing beliefs of you're not capable, of you're not good enough, of these self-doubts, of these issues of self-worth, and all. Like, I'm surprised the 8 of Swords didn't come out, which I'm glad it didn't. Okay, but I'm surprised that it didn't. Ooh, there's that throat chakra. Hold on, I'll get to you in a minute. So with this Strength card, okay, so I guess we're not. All right, I'm told to mention the Leo. I have spirit coming through. This is masculine energy, all right? This is why we're bringing up the Strength card at this moment, and they're coming through. And I literally felt like I can't swallow, and I'm having like in my throat. At first, I thought maybe it was your throat chakra being a little off, as we discussed a minute ago, but I don't think so. This is somebody who had something here, okay? And either they're the Leo or we want to talk about the Leo, okay? We want to talk about the person whose birthday is coming up soon, all right? Because they want to wish a happy birthday. We want to talk about the birthday, okay? And I want to, oh,
Oh my God.
There's something about like a picture on like this. I don't know if it's the frame that's significant or the shelf that it's significant. But he's talking about the picture, and he's like so grateful. Does that make sense? Does that resonate with you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So, I'm getting chills. So yeah, we're talking about the picture, we're talking about the shelf that it's on. They're so grateful of this. They also want to mention the little one. Okay. I don't know if somebody is pregnant or is giving birth or has given birth since this person's passing. But we're talking about a little one coming. Okay, or coming.
It's not mine.
Okay. someone is, we got a little one coming. Okay. The is showing me this pretty little girl. Okay. Like very thin, light blonde hair, like very short. Like this is a little kid. Like,
oh boy,
maybe a year old. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so keep this in mind. We're bringing that person up. Um, okay, so back to the Leo card. They took a step back. Um, they I don't ask questions. I just deliver the message. Back to the Leo card and back to the reading, I guess. So they wanted to make sure that you understood that
Wow.
everything that's about to happen is happening for you, not to you. Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know if there was this notion of you had stick to the plan, Stan. Okay. Way to get
Right.
back, Jack. No need to be coy, Roy, right? You know that song. I'm not okay. Anyways, yeah, stick to the plan, Stan, right? We need to really keep going down the road you originally had. Because with this Two of Wands, again, I'm not used to this backwards. Okay. Not only is there so many flowers there that promote growth, but look, you got the world in your hand. Literally. Okay, which means like you have so much control here over what you're about, what you can do from going forward. You just gotta want to do it. Does that make sense? Okay,
Yeah.
so this person coming through is offering you their support in this journey. They're here cheering you on. When you are sitting here being your own worst enemy, they're here off. I'm gonna cry. They're here offering you the love and the compassion, right? That we brought out earlier. Even with this, I'm not sure if the dog is significant. I'm getting chills, right?
Hmm.
The love and compassion
Oh.
that you should be offering yourself. All right. On this card, the dog represents loyalty, but I feel like he's actually talking about like a dog
Hmm.
that you know. So,
Hmm.
yeah, there you go. Right. So you need to, God damn it, love yourself, trust yourself, empower yourself. You know, you
Yes.
can do this. Whatever this is for you, you got it. Like, you just got to believe in it. You got so many things coming in. This is the bottom of the deck, okay? With the boats coming in, right? I think I pulled a collective reading. I don't know if I posted it yet, but this is what it's reminding me of. It's like we're watching the boats come in. You have all these options coming in, and you're like, yeah, that one looks good. It's gonna accomplish what I want it to accomplish, but I'm gonna wait for the next one. Do you
Yep.
understand? Like,
Oh yeah.
just pick a boat, get on, and enjoy the journey because that's what it's
Right.
about. The journey, not the destination. Okay? You
Right.
create the destination by living the journey. All right?
Mhm.
Do you have any questions for me?
No. I can't think
Okay.
of anything.
Do you feel comfortable with where we're at, or should I keep pulling cards?
It's up to you. I mean, whatever, buddy.
Please, you got about we were rounding around 15. You got about 2 minutes.
Okay. Let me pull a couple more then.
Okay.
I'm glad somebody was keeping track of time because I'm not. I need a timer for that.
We're not just the co-hosts. We keep the time too.
Ooh, okay. Hmm. It's almost like when you're almost there, you're like right there, and you're like, I'm gonna give up.
Like I kind of said this to you last week, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nope.
Listen, I don't know if you've been listening to other people lately, but don't because, and I'm talking about the naysayers, okay, the people who are feeding your negative delusions, and I'm going to call it negative delusions because you are more than capable of accomplishing everything you want, right? But you have this Knight of Swords in the reverse and this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. You're gonna have those people who are gonna look at you and be like, listen, you shouldn't be doing this. You're wasting your time, I don't know what you're thinking. And it's because they're caught up in their own negative delusions and they can't imagine anything's great like that happening for themselves. So how could it happen for anybody else that they
Yeah.
know? Who's some
Yeah.
regular Joe Schmo? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So ignore that because you are going to hear it, even if it's not said to you, or it may be said about you, and people are just gonna, it's gonna make its way back to you.
Oh yeah.
Gossip train, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. You got some new ideas, and I feel like maybe even some new ones that have started since we started talking. Even okay. I don't know if your brain works like mine, like it just constantly fires off something new every 5 minutes. Like, oh my God. And if you don't write it down,
Yeah.
it's gone forever. Right. Listen, chase these ideas with logic because they all have the potential of growth. I need to get used to where we're going with this camera. Okay. We got that Page of Pentacles. Okay. That's that potential for growth, but understanding that everything is going to take time, right? And patience, and you can't expect that immediate outcome, right? And that Ace of Swords is those ideas, those aha moments,
Yeah.
those oh my God, but with those oh my God moments comes the impulse, the need to act right now. And sometimes you can't.
Yeah. I just wanted
Okay.
to say when you were talking about somebody coming through in the throat, that was
Mm-hmm.
my father's. So my grandfather, my father's father, he passed away. Oh God, I must have been 5, and he had lung cancer. Um, and then you talked about that picture, and my parents own a business that my great grandfather started. That my grandfather had it. We have an old picture in a frame right on the counter in the front of him and his father. So that just like I got the chills when you said that. And my dad's birthday is coming up this weekend. So I was like, holy shit.
The Leo,
So
That's
that
pretty
was
cool.
like, I don't know. Wow.
because we're in Leo season. Leo season started today.
Yep. So
Mhm.
Right.
that
Weird.
it just all made sense. It's so wow. So thank you.
Not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty good at what I do.
Yes, you are. Now, where did you say you were going? Like you were talking about you were doing something coming up. Where's
Cumberland.
that
Yeah,
gonna be? It's in
it's going to
Cumberland?
be on 7 Cray Street, Cray, which is another reason why I love this whole setup. Okay, it's going to be on Friday the 13th in September
Mhm.
at 7 Cray Street in
Okay.
Cumberland, Rhode Island,
Very
at
good.
8 o'clock. It's going to be so much fun.
I want to
How
I'm
go.
how you
excited.
go
I can't wait.
you go to the end of 146
Yeah.
where it hits 295. You get on 295 north. Cumberland
Yeah.
are the next to it. It's
Yeah.
just that easy.
It's right there. It's right off the highway. It's like literally a minute down the road from the highway.
Okay.
Um,
No,
and
I'd
if you
love to
go to my
go.
link tree, you can find the link to get tickets.
Okay.
It's on our
I will do
Facebook.
that.
Yeah,
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
you're
thank you,
very
honey
welcome.
Holly.
All
You guys
right.
you guys have a good weekend out there at the campground. I'll see you next weekend.
All
All right.
righty. Talk to you
All right.
later.
Peace. Peace. That was pretty cool. I know this woman fairly well. She's a good friend of my girlfriend's, and a lot of the things you were saying to her was like, wow. It's like, yeah, I was having the same conversation with her almost last week. So our next guest, Reedy, if you will, I've never met this man. I recently became friends with him on Facebook. I asked a mutual friend of ours, say, hey, Mark, you want to do a reading? He's like, I'm not really into that, but I have a friend, and this is that friend. His name is Dave. Welcome to the show, Dave.
Howdy, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, sir.
Hi.
Okay, go ahead, guys. Do your thing.
All right. So what's up, Dave? Is there anything specific you want to hear about today?
No, I just wanted to take the opportunity to be exposed to your talent and see what happens.
All right. I like to start off with some oracle because I like to get into the nitty gritty of things. I like to talk about healing and where we need to do our inner work, what's holding us back from trying to accomplish what we need to accomplish, where we're trying to go. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got some root chakra. And is that it? Okay. Yeah, root chakra. I kind of spelled that. Here we go. Let's talk about it. Maybe I should cover up some of these because I wasn't thinking about that for a minute. Didn't realize how some of these cards are. Okay, so we have this one. All right, it's physical health. I know you couldn't see half of it. Sorry. Keywords is vitality, strength, body image, and balance. The second one is possessions. We have belongings, assets, treasures, and finance. And these are our root chakra cards. Okay, your root chakra is located at the base of your spine. You're sitting on it. Okay, this is, you may actually experience like some physical symptoms, like you're like actual balance issues. Okay, like you might bump into things not realizing it, trip over your own 2 feet. You may even have issues with like arthritis in the feet, joint pain, knee pain, hip pain, things like that. Okay, and that's because your root chakra is a little bit off. All right, and well, maybe a lot a bit off. And you do need to make sure you take a little bit more, pay a little bit more attention to your actual health and going to the doctors and listening to what they say and following their instructions, right? I know. All right. So with the possessions card as our root chakra as well, I feel like we're having some changes in our financial situation, and not just like the financial situation as in like your job and how money is coming in, but how money is going out. Like maybe you've I don't want to say like accumulated new debt, but maybe like the way you're spending your money is changed. And they want you to be a little bit more aware of that. Okay. They want you to be a little bit more appreciative of what you have, because the attitude of gratitude is the best way to manifest things coming in. If you appreciate what you have, then the universe is going to give you more of it. You know what I mean? If you look at what you have as though it's not good enough, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily sending the right kind of message. Okay. The next card that we had come out, which is another one I got to kind of cover up a little spot here, is sexuality. Okay. Openness, sharing, beauty, and honor. Then came will, which has expression, assertiveness, self-control, and direction. And then choice, free will. Okay. Will is a lot in this. Okay. Willpower, courage, and change. So with all the things that we're talking about here, right? The sexuality, the will, the root chakra stuff, okay? You're really being called to take action towards the changes that you want to see in your life. Because I feel like because of the cards that have been dealt to you, you don't have a choice in the matter. Like this is where you're at. This is what you're doing. Like, hey, this is life. Like, oh well. And in all actuality, you have the choice to make so many changes. You have to want it. And when it comes to the sexuality part of all of this, I feel like the need to be more expressive, excuse me, the need to be more expressive. But there's that fear of abandonment, that fear of judgment. Like, but you are who you are, and there are people out there who, you know what I'm saying, who are going to resonate and vibe on, vibe tribe. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
like, I feel like there's this your block, like the block is so much anger and fear and resentment, and the bottom of the deck is that call just to take action, to let it all go and take action towards the things that you really want. Let me pull some, let me get this card out. Excuse me. I apologize for that. Okay, so we decided not to go with that one. So I have a moon card. You want all of these? Okay. Well, that's significant. So we have the moon card. So we just had our full moon Sunday. And yeah, Sunday, Monday. And the full moon is all about releasing, letting go, right? And shedding away the things that no longer serve us and serve our goals. Okay. And it also illuminates the things that are being hidden by the darkness. Okay. That's what the moonlight does. And that's what's being highlighted within you right now. And it's causing you some like inner turmoil. You don't really know where to go from here as far as, honestly, I feel like so frustrated and so angry. There's a lot of anger here, babe. I'm sorry to say. And I feel like if you can just find a way to release that anger and release that fear and that tension, okay, you'll be able to see things that are in front of you a little bit more clearly. Now we have the Three of Pentacles, we have the Fool, okay. We have the need to work together. I feel like we're going to be shifting into something more work related. I'm hoping. There is this need to be more cohesive and working together, whether this is literally working together in the workplace, working together with the people in your home, or working with your spirit guides, because they're telling me that they're throwing you signs and synchronicities that you're not seeing, or if you're seeing, you're not acknowledging. So they're calling you to be more open to be like working together, working in a group, being more cohesive. Okay. And I do feel like this would benefit you as far as your money goes. Okay. And I do see that we have this beginning coming. And maybe that's why you don't want to work with a group. Maybe you want to be more in control. I'm going to ask you a question. When it comes to, actually, you know what? I'm not going to ask the question. I'm just going to continue on with the reading, and then you can tell me afterwards. Okay. You have this new beginning that's going to be offered to you really soon, okay, with this Fool card. And this new beginning isn't going to come without risk, okay? This is going to come with, and you know this, okay? The difference between you and the Fool in this card is that you're not blindfolded. You fully see what's about to be handed to you and how it's going to come in. You also see many, 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 many other options and opportunities to invest in yourself. But I also, again, don't see the desire to really go for any of it. Okay. I don't see the desire to go for it. I don't see, and I think that's what it, that's what it is. You don't see. You don't see the point. You don't see where there can be growth out of this and stability that could come from this. Okay. I'm feeling lots of depression and like sadness and anger issues. Like I can't get past this. Did you just roll your eyes at me?
I rolled my eyes at me.
It's all right. I get it all the time. I'm used to it. Bottom of the deck energy is this star though, in the reverse, and that's that again, that lack of hope, that lack of ambition, that lack of belief. I feel like the best thing that you can do right now, okay, outside of just taking action towards the things that you want, you know, is to establish a connection, like a spiritual connection, like with your spirit team. You know what I mean? Get in touch with whatever you believe in as far as your spirituality goes. I feel like there's a huge disconnect there that if you can reconnect and this might bring some life back into you. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you?
Sure.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me? Because I feel like I just went on for like ever on that one.
No, you're doing fine. No,
It's very positive.
Okay. I'm sorry. I know I can be, that deck is not the nicest. She can be kind of in your face and cruel. This one's a little bit more not so harsh. She's a little bit more lovey-dovey and
I didn't think it was harsh.
sugar-coatery. I'm glad. I'm glad you didn't think it was harsh. Because I felt like you were being like yelled at. I think you have a spirit guide that's been really trying to get your attention. And I think that's why I feel that tension. So when you see the butterflies, more specifically the white ones and the monarch butterflies, okay, they want you to pay attention to that. That is a sign.
Yeah.
And dragons. Okay, whether you're scrolling through your social medias or you're watching TV or whatever, a dragon, what are you thinking of when you see these things? What are you going through? How are you feeling? You know what I'm saying? Take all that stuff into consideration. And then like, because these are just some signs that they've been trying to show you that they thought for sure you would know. Like, hey, I should pay attention to this. You know? Like that's what signs and synchronicities really are. They are things that are already there, that are already existing. It's just the fact that you noticed, you took the time to pay attention. And it means you're aligned with it, and the universe is calling you, and you're aligned with that call. All right, last shuffle. Oh, cool. How did I know? So listen, you've had some painful endings. And I mean, like, I'm not just talking about like throughout life, I mean, recently, even. Okay. And I'm not sure I'm being shown to show this to you, so I hope this is significant. But like, there's like this purple flower. It almost looks like a stem of like purple, like roses there. So the purple flowers should be significant to you as well. Um, but like with this Ten of Swords, all those knives, all those swords in your back, like those are all the times you felt like that painful ending. Like those are all things that you need to heal yourself from. And those are all the stuff that you're carrying around with you. Okay. And you can't get up with those swords in your back. And unfortunately, there's nobody there to pull them out for you. You know what I mean? You do. The bee's gonna sting you, but you're the one who's gonna put the ice pack on. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So even though you have these painful endings, you can't carry them around with you. We have the Ace of Swords. You have some new lessons coming in. Okay? You have some aha moments that are coming in that's going to open up your mind and free you to some new possibilities. They're going to open up your mind to something more like what's the words? I can see it, but what's the words? It's going to change your perspective. There we go. Those are the words. It's funny, you can see a change of perspective, but you can't talk about it. I know. So we have the Eight of Swords. This is the card I thought was going to come out for the other person. And it came out in the reverse. That's that change of perspective. This is that Ace of Swords. That's that aha moment. Okay. Birds of prey might be significant to you. Owls, eagles, hawks, things like that. Okay. This aha moment is going to allow, they're going to feel like memories, and they're going to feel like painful ones that are going to come to the surface. Like, I'm forewarning you of this, if this stuff hasn't already started happening. And then you're going to cry, or you're going to want to cry. And I'm telling you to cry. Okay. I'm telling you that's going to be the best way to release all of this, is to allow it to go, to let it go. Cry. It's a natural human emotion, and it doesn't make you weak, doesn't make you less of a man, doesn't mean like anything of that nature. Okay. It doesn't mean you're not masculine or any of that garbage. And I'm saying it like that because the bottom of the deck is that Emperor in the reverse. And that Emperor in reverse is somebody who's got the wrong idea of masculinity. Okay. Because our masculines, they're just as loving and caring and nurturing as our feminine energies. Okay. They have emotions too, and they are allowed to express them in natural ways, which are sadness. We cry, right? And it's okay to do that. Now, with this shadow side card, okay, like I mentioned before, the things that are in the darkness are going to come to light. And if you really take a look at that card, you got the guy and the girl, and you got the dark figure, and you got that light figure. Okay, who's hiding from what? Who's hiding from the darkness, and who's hiding from the light? Okay. It's time to allow those things in the dark to come to the light and stop hiding from it, regardless of where it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. How much time do we have?
Like a minute or two.
Okay. Any questions before I keep going?
Well, you mentioned the spirit that was around me. I wanted to find out
Hmm.
if you have any more information about that.
Please.
You
delve
want to
into
know
that.
about your spirit guide?
Well, the spirit that you mentioned.
Yes, the spirit guide.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. Who's all right? So I don't know if we're going to talk about the person who has the boat. I feel like this person drove the boat. They're showing me them on a boat. Okay, with like a cap on. Okay, honestly, very similar to like the very similar to like the Forrest Gump scene when he's like on the boat with his little hat on. Like that's the kind of hat that he's showing me. But he's on a boat. This is somebody who likes to drive a boat. This is somebody who's very into water, marine life. Like they love the ocean. They lived. They weren't boating. They were at the beach. This is somebody who loves you very much. They said they didn't say this enough. They're also showing me like one of those what are those things called from like the barbershop poles? You know, like those red and white striped like things that would spin when they were open. Does that resonate with you? He's showing me that. So and like a front door to like a barbershop, and the door is like red. It's painted red.
All right.
And he's showing me like in the window is like a chair. Like you can see it from outside the window. People would walk by, like looking, and he was like proud of that. I don't know if he owned that barbershop or if that was some place he would like frequent, you know what I mean? I don't know, like, you know, like how girls would go and gossip at like, you know, the hair salon type of thing, you know? And I feel like this person played like a lot of like music. whether they played an instrument, like I feel like they like a harmonica or something. They played music, something.
Mm.
They made music. Excuse me, my bad. I'm being corrected. No, no, no. I made music. I didn't play music. I made. Okay, he made music. Okay. Um. hmm, Do you want to pull a card? Okay. 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 So the magician came out in the reverse. He wants to warn you about somebody who's being incredibly manipulative around you. You know who this person is. You've had your suspicions. Does that make sense? Right? And they want you to know, like, you're not wrong. Okay, this person is gaining what they want through negative means, like malicious, manipulative, negative means, and not to do dealings with this person. Does that make sense to you?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. And blue is your color.
Okay.
Should wear a lot more blue.
Okay. I will.
Hmm.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You have any questions? I think that's all I got for
All
you
right.
today.
You did, yeah, did fine, and I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. And buddy, thank you very much
Absolutely.
for
Dave, before we let you go, I just want to send. Mark told me a little bit about you, and one of my dear friends in high school was at the station nightclub fire as well. My deepest condolences to you, sir.
thank you very much. He's with us all the time.
I bet.
With us
I
doing
bet.
his reading. He was flickering, like we're in his room right now, and he was flickering the lights while you were doing your presentation, Kristina. He
That's
was letting us
amazing.
know that he was here, and that's why I knew when you mentioned a spirit, I knew it had to be Nick.
That's awesome.
And he's the one who made music.
Oh, he was tremendous. This is a kid took 4 guitar lessons and wrote 50 songs. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Writer, composer, singer,
He
actor.
made music. Yeah.
Yeah, he sure did.
Okay.
And he would have told you that,
That's awesome.
like that.
That's beautiful. That's
Yep.
amazing. The whole time you just sitting there calm, and I'm like, oh God, is she not hitting on anything? And like the whole time
Oh,
that's
no. I was just, waiting. And so thank you again, Christine. I appreciate it. And
thanks for coming
You're
on,
very
Dave.
welcome.
all right, we'll talk again maybe, huh?
Yeah, take care, dude. All right, so Bam just stepped out for a quick smoke. That's fine. Give me a few minutes to introduce our next guest, Reedy. So far, 2 for 2, really good, hitting home runs. We're not going to talk about baseball just yet. We're gonna get to our next reader next, but like wow, that is pretty good. So our next lady, our third Reedy, she's a lovely lady. She's probably one of my favorite people ever. Yeah, she's if I had to pick anybody to ever work with, it would be this person. Please welcome to the show. One of the most sweetest, most hardworking people I know, Melissa Lively. Welcome, Melissa.
Hello.
Hey,
Oh,
Hey, buddy.
go ahead.
Hey, Christine.
Good to see you too,
how
dear.
are you?
Ladies, go ahead. I'm just gonna sit back and relax.
Okay, so do you have a question or a topic, or do you want me just to see what Spirit wants to talk about with you?
Well, I have quite some big changes coming up in the next few days. I'm wondering if you can tell me anything about those.
Okay. All right, so we're throwing stuff on the floor. I'm gonna pick that up in just a minute. I'm just gonna get the rest of these out first. Okay. We're not getting that many this time, but that's all right. Cool. Okay. So let's see. So you want to talk about those changes. We'll get to those.
Okay.
First, we're going to talk about communication and creativity. This is some more throat chakra stuff. Got a lot of people with their throat chakras off today.
Indeed.
Communication, creativity. This one came out a lot too today. Communication is self-expression, exchange, sharing, connection. Creativity is imagination, expression, originality, passion. The other cards we have, of course, is passion, compassion. These are your heart chakra, and faith. Okay. These may pertain to the changes, but we're going to get into the changes in a minute when I pull out the tarot cards. Okay, so I don't know, I'm not going to pretend like I know like your spiritual beliefs, your religious beliefs, but like, when the people say like you speak it to existence, words are spells, be careful what you say, things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's true. Okay, words is energy and has power. Okay, so when you're sending out those words, you're sending out that energy into the universe. So you do need to be careful in the ways that you communicate sometimes and some of the things that you say, especially when you say it with power, with anger, with frustration, because these are very strong emotions. Okay, or even with like sadness. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, these strong emotions. Be careful what you say in those moments, because that's all going to manifest, because you have that voice of manifestation. Does that make sense to you? You are one of those people who can and will speak it into existence. Okay. Now,
Yeah, I was talking about that.
if you really want to do it properly, you got to be more open to communicating, not just with yourself and the universe, but like with other people, right? Like when we communicate with our partner, for example, we have to be careful not to allow our emotions to read into what they're saying. Okay, we need to be more open and listen, because that's also part of communication. It's not just making sure you're heard, but making sure you're hearing also. Okay, because that's part of that sharing and that exchange and that connection. Okay, now with that, I do feel like, okay, because self-expression and expression is important, and I feel like we're feeling kind of blocked in that area, which might cause some of these frustrations to come about, the feeling of not being heard, not being seen, which then causes that throat chakra to be off, which then it's a spiral downward hill snowball effect, right? Then causes the communication issues, things like that, right? So what you need to do, okay, besides wear lots of blue, like a lot of blue, okay, you need to find ways to communicate with the people around you that you need your space and your time to be in your creative zone so you can express yourself properly, which will then relieve a lot of this tension. Okay. Now we have passion and compassion here. Okay. Now this passion card also comes into play with that creativity. Okay. Because we want to be more creative with the things that we're passionate about. Okay. We want to express the things that we're passionate about because it brings us so much joy and so much fulfillment. Okay. But when we can't be in the state of being that this card looks like, does that make sense? When you can't feel the way this card looks like, it almost is, what is that word? It's like a moment. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of self-love is needed right now, Okay, self-love and compassion, okay, and understanding and healing, okay? Because this fear of not being able to be creative, not being able to be self-expressive isn't something new. This is rooted, this is programming, okay? Lifetime programming for childhood, okay? Maybe you lived in a household where you felt like you had to walk around on eggshells all the time, okay? You had to be careful of what you said and what you did, who you were, okay? Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, you brought that along with you now. And that's like trickling down and like in everything. And it's not like in the way that you carry yourself and what you believe about yourself, how you communicate with yourself and other people. Okay. So right now, you really need to offer yourself that love and compassion when you get into those moments, because I also feel like you're catching yourself when you're getting a little like, oh my God, maybe I overreacted just a tiny bit just now. You know, don't beat yourself up in those moments. Okay. That's when you need to love yourself the most. Okay. Because those moments are moments of trauma trigger. Okay. Because that's what that is. When you get that explosive moment and then that immediate regret, that's trauma trigger. Okay. So this is childhood stuff, babe, that you got to heal and you got to work on and you got to go in. And this is you that needs you time to do that, right? So I understand like the vicious cycle. You need the you time in order to make all this happen, but you need to communicate that you need the you time. But you can't communicate that you need the you time because you need the you time to heal yourself to be able to communicate. So I get the vicious cycle there. I do. I do. It's not easy. So we wanted to talk about those changes that are happening here, right? What is going on with these changes? I'm hearing that song by Ozzy. I'm going through changes. Okay.
That's a good song.
It's a good song. It's a good song. So we got that Three of Cups in the reverse. We have that Ace of Swords. There we go. And the World card. Okay. So I'm not sure if these are the changes you might be referring to, but they're changes for sure. That's for sure. So I don't know if like there's been like disharmony amongst like a group of friends or a friendship ending or something along the lines, okay? But I do feel like with this Three of Cups in the reverse, there was once a cohesiveness that is no longer, okay? There was once a camaraderie that you feel like you can't really depend on. And it's not a bad thing, okay? It's like something that you're moving forward from. But it wasn't something you expected. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
We have the Ace of Swords and the World. Oh my, wow. I feel like I'm being slapped in the face. We have like this beginning that you're creating the fork in the road for yourself, by the way. There's one path. It's the obvious path, and it's the one you should take, and you know it. But you're creating the fork in the road with your own self-doubt. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does. But I've come to
Okay.
the realization of choosing my own path finally.
Which makes sense with that Ace of Swords. Because I'm like, they're like, no, full steam ahead. This is the path. And I'm like, but there's but they're showing me you walking away from the fork in the road. I'm like, there's a fork in the road. And they're like, yeah, no. She put that there. I'm like, oh. And then we have the World, which is that cycle that is completed. And with that completion, you were maybe expecting to feel something, And maybe when you didn't, it was like, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Left you a little confused, left you a little almost, I don't want to say empty, but like, yeah, you know? Well, the universe is telling you, like, this is fulfilling, okay? This cycle you ended, yes, let it be what it is, okay? The cycle that's coming up, the one that is you're starting, the path that you're choosing, this is going to be what's going to fill that cup that you feel is so empty. We just got that 8 of Pentacles come out. Okay. It's going to require more work than you're used to. Okay. Oh, please don't throw things on the floor. It's going to require more work than you're used to, but you're up for the challenge, and that's a good thing. It's going to be challenging. You're going to be tempted at times because of the challenges. We have this 6 of Swords in the reverse. Okay. When challenge hits, you're going to, excuse me, you're going to want to revert backwards. You're going to want to go and be like, oh my God, that fear is going to come up. That doubt is going to come up. And that's when you have to turn around and take a moment and pause and remember why you set out on this path to begin with. Because if you take a really good look at this 6 of Swords here, okay, we're leaving all of that fear and that doubt behind, and we're moving on to calmer waters. We're moving on to a beautiful sunrise, a new day. Does that make sense? Okay. So being that challenge accepted state of mind is definitely going to help you through it. But oh, look at that. Another 8 card. 8 of Cups also in the reverse. You're going to have those moments where you're just going to want to rethink all of this. And you're going to be like, what was I thinking? That's when you have to revisit your purpose. That's when you have to revisit the reason why you ventured down this road in the first place. Okay. Now, with the 8 of Cups in the reverse, I feel like what it is that you're leaving behind, you had invested a lot in time, maybe even money, but more so emotions, because these are cups. Okay. More so emotions. You've invested a lot in, and it's because of those investments that keep you looking back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Remember when we're driving the car, okay, to get to our destination, the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror because you're only meant to glimpse back, not stare back. Okay. If you keep staring in that rear view mirror too long, you're going to frickin' hit something. Okay. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
We cannot live in the past. It's only there to remember, to glimpse, to remind you again who you are, where you came from, why you're here. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy is that 7 of Pentacles. Invest in yourself and start now. Okay. It is going to take time. It is going to take money. It is going to take patience. Okay. But you will be successful. Okay. You will be successful. You will be your own worst enemy. You will be your own worst enemy. Okay. Underneath that is our Empress in reverse. Okay. Our Empress in reverse needs lots of love and nurturing from oneself. Okay. Our Empress is a very fertile individual, feminine energy. If you take a look, she's got that pregnant belly and all those roses growing all around her. If you really want to take a good look at those roses, you know what I'm saying? It all speaks fertility and screams femininity. Okay. And that's what she is. She's the epitome of beauty. She's the epitome of the word goddess. Okay. And when she is not balanced and she doesn't believe in herself, she comes out this way. When she doesn't show herself the love, the caring, the compassion that one deserves, she's not the Empress no more. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And you deserve to be sitting on a throne of pillows, okay? Like the Empress in the original Rider-Waite deck. You deserve to be seen when you look in the mirror, not only by other people, okay? Because remember, what you reflect in the mirror is what other people see too, okay? So when you look in the mirror and you don't see something great, nobody else is going to see that. But when you look in the mirror and you see this badass, awesome, beautiful, okay, fantastic female energy that controls her own life, okay, that is super self-empowered, who believes in herself, who's unstoppable, right? Other people are going to see that too. That energy is going to reflect back to you. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest time. Invest self-care. Invest it all into yourself and watch it all flow back to you. So these changes that you have coming up, the only thing that's standing in your way is your own fear.
Okay.
Do you want any more clarity or have any specific questions regarding the changes? Do you want me to pull, like, if you went this route, what would happen? If you chose that route, what would happen?
No, I think I'm good where I'm at.
All right. Okay.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank
I
you.
gotta ask you one question if we have time.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, take a minute. Go ahead.
So I have a feminine energy that's coming through that wants to talk about mom.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead. Do this. Yeah.
okay. Yes, you got my attention.
Okay. We want feminine energy coming through that wants to talk about mom. Feminine energy, like she really enjoyed my Empress card. I think that color blue, I think, was like one of her favorite colors. Okay. She's like, oh, right? Does somebody have her apron? She's showing me like this, like really like old school like apron how like grandmas would wear aprons when they would cook in the kitchen type stuff, right? She's talking about somebody has her apron, okay? Um, and she wants to talk about the pie. What? Does that make sense to you? She's
No,
showing me apple pie.
no apple pie.
Okay. I don't understand. She's being all right. She's showing me, okay, they're not speaking to me in words, okay? This particular energy is showing me pictures, okay? And she's showing me literally, like, you know, when people make the apple pie and they put those little slits in the center of the pie to let like steam vent out, and they're like usually shaped more so like an apple seed or like a little teardrop or something of that like shape. That's what she's showing me. I don't know what it means. Don't know why she's showing it to me. I'm hoping you knew. Hoping it would resonate to you somehow. But yeah, so maybe someday it might pop up into your head, or maybe in conversation with somebody else, it might make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we want to talk about it. All right, hold on. All right. Being told, hurry up. Impatient this person is. Can't you make it go faster? No, I can't make it go faster. You can say, can you tell me about the apple pie rather than just show it to me? You can talk shit to me, but you can't tell me about the apple pie. So we have the Chariot, okay, the Star and the Knight of Wands. So we're talking about, I don't know if this mom's little brother or your little brother, but we're talking about the little brother. Okay, this is somebody who is very energetic. This is somebody who, oh my God, like they are very impulsive. They have, I feel like they might have like ADHD. Like they are all over the place. Okay, like every minute they have something new going on. And they never really finish any project. And I feel like this person's either in school or they're having issues when it comes to getting into school. I'm not sure how that resonates, but they want to talk about that person, and they want to talk about mom and yeah, is this your little brother or mom's little brother?
I do have a younger brother, but he's older with family and kids.
Maybe one of his kids is having issues. There's something about trying to get into school. So maybe he's getting one of his kids into school, something about trying to get somebody into school. And I mean, like this person's all over the place. And I feel like every time you talk to this person, they got something new going on. There's always something going on. There's always something happening. There's always something. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, well, since there's always something going on and there's always something happening, of course, the next time you hear from this person, something is going to happen. There's going to be something going on, but this isn't going to be a bad thing. But I do feel like you're going to hear about like a move, okay? Something to do with the little brother and something to do with that's connected to mom, right? And I don't know, is this mom who's talking to me right now? It is, isn't it? Oh my God. I said, is this mom? And she just went like this, like as though, okay. So this move is going to be significant, not only to you, but to the little brother, however that resonates to you. And with this star card, this move is, I don't know if this is going to be move as though like somebody's moving, like changing homes, or like somebody's making moves, like they're making changes. Okay, they're making decisions, they're making choices that are going to affect people in real big ways. Does that make sense? So you're going to hear from this person about them making moves. Okay, and this is going to bring opportunity to them as well as to you. Okay, you can decide to take it. I don't think you will, because I don't think you're going to see the value in it. But you're being told that it doesn't matter whether you take it or not. Okay, you're still going to be reaching the same level of success regardless.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect this part of the message to resonate with you just yet because it's to come. Okay, but yeah. Okay, yeah, we're done. We should step back. Was that your mom that came through?
My mom's still alive.
Okay.
Maybe
So
my
then
grandmother.
okay.
I don't know.
Maybe that's why she went like this, because she's like, oh, like as though, because she was very, I like her. She's very charming lady. And she really likes the color blue. She fawned over my Empress card. She wanted to show me the frickin' apple pie. I don't understand what that was about. And she wanted to talk about somebody having her apron. Okay. And then she wanted to mention mom, but then never talked about mom. So unless mom's the one who has her apron, okay, or unless
Yeah,
mom's the
sure.
one who might understand the apple pie significance. Okay. And then we went into talking about the little brother. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes they make sense. Sometimes they don't. I'm just the messenger.
Right. We did have a live question from Damian Smith really quick about seeing things in the forward. How far forward can you read? Do you get stopped from seeing past certain choices, or can you both sides of the options? I'm not sure what that means, but how far into the future can you see? I guess is what he's trying
As
to ask.
far as spirit lets me see. That's the thing. When I connect to your energy, I'm connecting to your energy, and then at the same time, I'm communicating with whatever spirits that want to come through on your behalf. Okay. And everybody has spirit teams, spirit guides, and multiple, right? Some
Sure.
are with you throughout your entire life, some are not, some you've had for many lifetimes. It's different per person, right? And what they do for you and why they're here for you is all different. So you'll always have at least a spirit guide come through for you in a reading. And then, you have the loved ones that want to come through. And sometimes they don't always communicate the same. So I can see as far as they will tell me. So if they want to let me see a year into your life, which I can typically see without spirit, based off of current energy. So if I choose to read based off of your energy and not connect with spirit, which I may do when I'm like super exhausted, and then at that point I wouldn't charge it because I wouldn't feel like I'm giving you the best of me. But I could definitely see up to a year of your life based off of your current energy. But when you walk away from me and you say, hey, you know what, I'm going to make this choice instead, you just changed the whole course of the timeline I just read for you. Whereas when I connect with spirit, they can be like, hey, listen, they're going to make this change somewhere along the line. So be prepared for that shift. And so it'll help me predict it. Sometimes I can predict it, sometimes I can't. I'm completely honest with what I'm capable of,
Right.
But 90% of what I get comes from spirit, comes from the channel. When you see me shuffle and I'm just shuffling for no reason, I'm channeling. I don't know. When spirit comes through, I do one of these. I don't know. It's one of those weird things, but my information comes from them. I see that.
Was there anything else you satisfied? Are you good? Do you want to ask her anything else before we?
No, I'm good, buddy.
Okay. Thank you again, Melissa.
Thank you.
Christina, when you say compassion, the slate is full of compassion. And in my years working in mental health, she's one of the most compassionate people I've ever worked with. And I'm sad to see her go. She's leaving us, and she's going to take care of her mom out of state. So I thought that was kind of cool how you mentioned mom. Melissa, good luck, safe
That makes
travels,
sense.
stay in touch, don't be a stranger.
Will do.
Watch us on Facebook.
Will do.
Take care, lady. I have one last reading
Yourself, though.
to ask you of, if you still got it in you. My co-host here,
Sure.
Bams, he's a bit of a skeptic, but he'd like a reading if you would be open to giving him one. Before we wrap up for this evening on the paranormal side for that matter. So, guys, go ahead, do your thing.
Buddy's already smiling.
Whatever
at him.
spirit has to say.
Yeah, whatever the spirit has to say.
Whatever he's got to say, or she, whatever.
Them or they, if you will, nowadays. Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
Yeah, throw it on the floor. Self-esteem, emotional balance, sacral chakra. Not surprised. All right. They dropped it. I'm gonna get it. Self-esteem, emotional balance, throat chakra, sacral chakra, and compassion. Okay, compassion came out a lot tonight, I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna start here. Self-esteem and emotional balance. Okay, so your self-esteem is significantly tied to your self-worth and your pride. Okay, like I feel like you're a very prideful individual, and when something hurts your pride, it hurts. Okay, and I'm gonna be honest with you, you gotta let that go. You gotta let that go just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, you can be a very confident person, and sometimes your confidence can come across as arrogant to people who don't know you. Um, but
Wow.
a lot of that confidence, and I'm gonna call you out here, babe. It's an act, right? It's a facade, right? We're putting on that show. We don't want people to see that we really feel not so confident about ourselves. So you overcompensate for it, which is why people who don't know you look at you like you're arrogant. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You just need to learn to be comfortable with who you are. Okay. When you can be comfortable with who you are, as you are, accept yourself, flaws and all, because baby, ain't nobody perfect. Okay. No one. Perfect is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. Everybody's opinion of it is different. Okay. My idea of perfection is not going to be the same as yours. Okay. So live up to your own idea. Stop trying to live up to everybody else's. Okay. Now, emotional balance, stability, harmony, peace, fluidity. This is something you struggle with. And I mean, it makes sense when you look at, no offense, your upbringing, where you came from, your roots, you know what I'm saying? I feel like maybe the masculine figures you had in your life, or lack thereof, because maybe the ones you had weren't the best. Um, and you were taught to hold your emotions. Boys don't cry. Stop that. Knock it off. Right? Man up. Right? Yeah, fuck that shit. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Forget that, okay? Forget that stuff, all right? Because you, like I said before, you are an emotional human being. Why? Because you're human. And emotions are part of the human experience, okay? You wouldn't have them if you weren't meant to experience them, okay? So feel them. Allow yourself to feel, okay? Allow yourself to be happy. Allow yourself to be excited. Allow yourself to be sad. It's okay. Okay? It's okay. It really is okay. All right? Whoever told you it wasn't okay, they're not here anymore. They're not here. So you don't have to hide from them anymore. Okay? Compassion. Acceptance, I feel like, is not even the compassion card, because yeah, I'm going to repeat myself to you. As I said, everybody before you, you need to have love and compassion for yourself, but it's the acceptance keyword on this card is where we're going to focus on this one. Okay, because that is where you struggle with acceptance of things as they are, accepting you as you are, life as it is, right? When things happen that don't go your way, you can't accept that. No, I will not accept. I feel like I hear you say that. I will not accept that. Like, well, that's a choice, babe. Okay. Just so you are aware, that is a choice. Okay. Sacral and throat chakra, blue and orange. I know these aren't exactly like the prettiest colors to combine. All right. But your sacral chakra is where a lot of this childhood trauma is sitting. Okay, is where all of like this uncertainty, all of this, the struggles you have with going for the things that drive you, for understanding your joy. And that I feel like is a key thing. It's not even just finding your joy, it's understanding your joy when you find it, right? It's all sitting in your sacral chakra. I bet you some Reiki would definitely help with that. Okay. And when you balance out your sacral chakra, then you need to work on that throat chakra, because once you become comfortable with who you are as you are, that's when you're going to be able to express it, because that's what our throat chakra is about. It's about expression. Okay. So when you become comfortable with who you are as you are, then you can start expressing yourself. Okay. So those are the things that you need to work on. Now, when you work on all of those things, that's when your relationships are going to start becoming a little bit better.
Oh.
Your relationships with yourself and with others. Okay. Because I can tell. Because again, acceptance is a key word on this card, alongside trust and freedom and intimacy. And when you don't have trust and you can't accept things, intimacy doesn't exist. True intimacy doesn't exist. Does that make sense? I mean, sure, you can have your physical intimacies, right? But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about true connection, true intimacy, true love, right? You need all of these key components. You need all the ingredients to bake the cake, babe. Okay? Let's see what we got coming in for you. Shit. Hey. Look, you guys seen it. They flew out. I shuffle it. I'm not doing shit. The World and the Ace of Swords came out. So we just had those cards out. A lot of people got some new beginnings, but you gotta set. We got that Queen of Swords. We got that Queen of Swords with the Devil and the Magician. To heal your masculine side, you need to tap into your feminine side. Okay, this is where you're gonna be like, oh, right, oh well.
He does play
Okay.
softball for you on the sun.
Whoa. Men's softball thing.
Yeah, right.
So listen, Linda, listen. Right, we got the World and we got that Ace of Swords that popped out. We got that World. We already talked about these cards. These are new beginnings, completions of cycles, new ideas coming to life, right? So you do have that coming in for you. However, to really make this new idea come to life the way you envision it, you need to tap into your feminine side. You need to get in touch with your inner bitch. Okay, with this Ace of Queen of, I keep saying Ace, with this Queen of Swords in the reverse. Our Queen of Swords is somebody who sets boundaries and sticks to them. Okay, she's ready. She is ready. She's not ready like to fight though with the swords and with the bloody and the gore and all that stuff. No, she's ready to fight with intellect. Okay, with smarts. Okay, through experience, life experience. Okay, but when she's in the reverse, she's having a hard time expressing herself. That throat chakra. Okay. And if you look right around the base of the neck of the sword, of course, is that blue emblem, which is like that throat chakra, right? Yeah. I like how everything ties together. I feel like moths, not necessarily butterflies. I feel moths are more significant for you because I feel like you're more of a nocturnal creature rather than like, being out in the sun and stuff. Are going to be very significant in helping you through this transition right now, this transformation that you're going through, because you are in the midst of. Okay, and that's something else that our Queen of Swords is all about: change, transformation, and she's the queen of it. Okay, she's gone through many of the transformations, but you need to be logical and honest with yourself. And that's where this Devil card comes in the reverse. Okay, you have some things that you're trying to cut ties with, okay? Whether these are habits, there are some habits you should be cutting ties with. We're just gonna leave it at that, right? We don't even, I don't need to get into. whether these are habits, right? Or just some things that are separating you from where you want to be, where you want to go, who you want to be. And you already know that. Well, these are people, these are places. You're ready to cut ties with them. That's why the devil is in the reverse. And if you really look at the devil and how you got these two girls there chained and bound up, right? To each other and to him. And the devil is that representation of all those negative, toxic things that separate you from your higher self. Okay. You have one person here who seems to be choosing this and enjoying it, and the other person who looks up at the devil with mercy. Okay. There was once a time where you were the devil choosing this. You were like fully aware of what's going on and how it's happening, and you were okay with it. You were like, yeah, let's watch it all crash and burn. But now you're realizing that you've grown past that kind of state of mind and that way of living. Okay. But you should be proud of yourself, because just coming to that conclusion alone is indicative of change, right? Growth. But you do need to be more careful about certain manipulative ways, right? We have to be, again, honest going forward. And we have to be careful of other people who are not honest. We can't continue to surround ourselves with these people who, listen, if they're going here and talking crap to you about other people, they're going to other people talking crap about you. You know what I mean? Those kind of dishonest type of people. Oh God, I hope my phone don't die. I hope my phone don't die. Knight of Wands and Knight of Swords. I feel like we are lacking motivation, but we're incredibly impulsive. It's a very weird place to sit. Okay. Does that make sense? You're
Yeah.
lacking motivation, but yet you act on impulse. Okay. When you get that under control, bottom of the deck is that Ace of Pentacles. That's when that opportunity that you've been really waiting for, I'm the one that you're like, where is it? Why isn't it just falling into my lap? Well, as you know, things don't just fall into your lap, right? You got to work towards it. So once you do the work on yourself and you send that energy out to the universe that you're ready for this gift, okay, that's when that opportunity is going to show up. But see, here's the thing. What you're not realizing is that the opportunity is already there, but because you're so clouded and lost in all the things that's going on, you can't see it. So when you do the healing and when you do the cleansing and all the changes and the transformations and the changing of the state of mind and all that stuff, you're then going to be able to see what was already there, what's been there all along. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a smidge, just a little bit.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that made sense.
It's kind of weird, huh? Kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. My sponsor and I were just talking about this. I've been going through a lot of changes, and there's a lot of lack of motivation that I've had, and trying to share emotions and shit like that is not my strong suit.
So I want to bring up the fact that I have the Lovers and the Two of Cups. That's when I wanted to split this deck. Okay. The Lovers is obvious, the Lovers card, and it also means choices. The Two of Cups is a coming together of two people. It can mean love. It can be marriage and stuff, all that fun stuff. It could also mean a signing of a contract, just a coming together of two people. But the fact that I split the deck and these were the two cards that were there, I want to bring up the fact that these changes that you're going to make are really going to impact your relationships in a very positive way. Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't listen, take it how it resonates to you, man. Okay. Cause I don't know. They're talking about this is new. Whatever this is, whatever this union is, it's new. Okay. So this is either going to be new because you shifted your mind with a current partner and you're starting anew, or you're going to have something new come in. But this is new. This is a coming together of two people with equal ideas, equal hearts, equal minds, equal agendas. Like, I don't believe in twin flames and shit like that, but like, this is your equal. You know what I mean? Like, this is your energetic equal right now. That's why I don't believe in twin flames, because I believe energy fluctuates and changes, and you may not be equals later on in life, but you're going to be equals right now, you know? So just keep that in mind.
Hmm.
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 Things that make you go.
Hmm.
Things that make you go, wonder. So there you go. However that resonates, however that makes sense to you, because I
No,
don't
you
believe
hit
in
it.
twin flames.
You hit it pretty much right on the head with a lot of stuff.
Good.
20 minutes ago, Babs was a skeptic. He's now saying you hit it pretty much on the head. No.
Next thing you know,
Yeah.
he's going to be buying tickets to my event in September.
Right, in Cumberland, Rhode Island on Friday the
Yeah.
13th.
Yeah,
Probably.
7 Christ Street,
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't do anything anyway. I sit at
It's
home.
a great way to
most
spend a Friday night. There will be
Yeah.
drinks.
days. I don't drink.
He
I
doesn't
don't
drink,
drink.
but
I don't drink.
Good.
just go
Yeah.
and feel the spirit, Bam. Feel the spirit, dude.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see.
I'm not a drinker, but a lot of people, I notice a lot of people like to get a little tipsy when they get readings, because it makes
Okay, for
receiving
both of you.
some of this
That's fine.
information a little easier. So needed it.
Yeah, I can see that. That would make sense.
Yeah, for
That was
sure.
really good, Christina. Thank you so much. There was a
That was
lot.
amazing.
Absolutely.
It was amazing.
Absolutely.
I get like good
hilarious.
reviews from like other people, like from Sarah Gagnon, who said, "Yeah, this lady's great. This lady's like not legit, but I mean, she's like 100%. Like, she's awesome." And not to say that you're not real or anything. It's just a word that I don't like to use. And you exceeded expectations. All three people that we had on, all three guests, you were 100% accurate with them. I think you were pretty close with Bams. And honestly, the last time we had a reader on, Diane Lupo. I don't know if you know Diane Lupo. She came on, and I wasn't expecting it, and she dropped a bomb in my lap. And oh my God, it's not always easy. It's not always something you want to hear. It's not always someone you want to hear from. But
No.
it just never again. Like, this is something that she would have never known. This information
Christina,
about myself that I don't share with people, and she knew it. So
I'm gonna let you in on a little, a couple, I guess, inside baseball scoops here. This was a conversation that I had with my sponsor maybe 3-4 days ago. Right, I'm in recovery.
No.
Right, I'm in recovery. And we had talked about like emotions and all that stuff, and how I do. Oh, her phone died.
oh no, oh
Yeah,
well.
her phone died. She said it.
She said it was happening. She was psychic. I mean, if this isn't like a reason, like, to believe that she's a psychic, she said, "Hey, my phone's gonna die," and look, it did. So a big thanks to Kristina.
She did it, dude. She nailed it. She did a good job.
I'm gonna put her in the green room in case she decides to come back, in case she's able to.
Yeah,
She
did
nailed
a
it on
great
each and every
job,
one.
dude.
I would have her back in a heartbeat. So,
anytime she wants to come on, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's get into some sports here.
oh please, dude, it's been a while.
While we have a few minutes, I'm sitting here. I have I think everybody by now knows that I am a Philadelphia Phillies fan. Best team in baseball.
The hat kind of does give it away. It does.
Yeah, dude. They're tied in the ninth inning right now, top of the ninth. It's killing me. It's the
Well, they're going back and forth still. Yeah, my Red Sox, I believe, are right.
It's unbelievable.
We got crushed by Charlie Blackmon and the the Colorado Rockies rather last night.
I can't believe Blackman still plays for them.
I know,
Dude.
I can't believe
Hey,
he's still alive.
that kid Paul Skeens is the real deal.
Yeah,
that kid for Pittsburgh, he is unbelievable, buddy. He threw. Did you see him at the All-Star game?
I missed the All-Star game after the honestly after the
Buddy,
the
rookie,
home run derby.
I didn't watch the
national anthem. I just wanted to like cut my ears off and
oh, I heard
watch
that
the
was
TV.
bad.
Oh,
Can
it's
you hear
horrible.
me? Yeah, I heard that was real
horrible.
bad.
She was, and she, she was drunk. Don't let your friends do like really important things when they're drinking and they're not on the best. Not
No, she checked into rehab too.
Yeah, of course she did. Cool, because she made an ass of herself on national TV.
That happens, dude. That
Oh
happens.
my, it's terrible, dude. Completely.
Some rock bottoms are
slaughtered
more
it.
public than others, dude.
Dude, I could
know
have
what I
farted it better than she sang it. It was just terrible. It was terrible.
I heard it was really bad. I didn't hear it. I didn't watch the home run derby. I think they've ruined the home run derby with the way they do it now. I do not like it at all.
I haven't watched in a few years. What are the rules that they?
It's timed. It's timed, and then you get extra time if you hit so many home runs or like so many home runs past a certain. I just do not like it. I hate the rules, but regardless, I think the AL won. The NL lost, unfortunately. So the Phillies will be away. You know what I mean? We won't get home
I
field
thought.
advantage, even though we deserve it.
Right.
I hate
That's
that
right.
rule.
The NL won the home run derby. Not that it really means anything anyway, but it was a Dodger, right? Hernandez.
Anyway, big
Go ahead.
news, right? Big news. The big stuff coming out right now. Football's back. Football's back, dude.
Very excited.
And the big thing, there's like what? There's 3 teams that are trying to sign quarterbacks right now. It's Tua with the Dolphins.
My Dolphins are still not really struggling, but
Jordan Love with the Packers.
mm-hmm.
That's another huge one right now. Who was the third? There was one more that was trying.
And Jordan
to
Love is holding out, where Tua is just kind of like he's just being.
Jordan Love was there. Jordan Love
redoing
was
his
there
hair.
today. He was, but he was still there. I guess Green Bay and him are really close on a deal, and he doesn't want to risk getting hurt in practice to hold something up. You know what I mean? Which makes you're about to make about $50 million a year. Yeah, sit out.
Yeah, right. He's gonna score. I mean,
Do
they
you
have
think
no other
Miami
option. Of
signs?
course, they're gonna resign him. What?
You think Miami signs Tua?
I honestly hope they do, dude. He's gotten better in the last few years. He was, knock on wood, he was good last year. He threw less interceptions. He didn't get hurt. I think that was the biggest key, biggest takeaway of the whole season. He threw quicker. He threw more accurately. They've added weapons since then. I want them to stop dicking around with Tua because I just don't think there are any other options. I mean, there are, I guess. They're talking about like trading for Justin
In order to
Fields
pay
Brock
Tua,
Purdy.
though, in order to pay Tua, you have to pay him comparable to Trevor Lawrence, and that's more than Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's worth that much.
That's what the market's going to say, though.
He's gotten us into the playoffs, I guess. But I think Miami Mike is more responsible for that than Tua is. But I think Miami Mike is the reason why Tua isn't a shitball quarterback anymore who throws more interceptions than he does touchdowns in a game. So I think maybe another year and we'll dump a whole bunch of money at you if you can show that you're ready to step up to the next level. But I still don't have 100% faith in Tua. He's got a great team built around him. His defense is.
I think that's why they haven't had a deal yet. I think Miami's in one corner and they're like, "Listen, we love you, but you have not consistently been the guy. Right. You haven't consistently been that guy, and for us to give over, you're looking at 50 annually, 50 a year.
Right.
That's what the quarterback market dictates. That's what Trevor Lawrence. Now, I think Trevor Lawrence. I think he got paid on what could be a lot more than what is right now. Because you see where it's trending. And if they got ahead of this, it would be incredibly smart for the Jaguars. And Jordan Love's going to exceed it. So if you're Miami, you get in before you try to get that contract done before Jordan Love, because Jordan Love's going to skyrocket this market.
Yeah, right. They're going to make them pay him more. And it's just not worth it. There's no other option. I read something today about like Brock Purdy, them trading for Brock Purdy. Like, no. I mean, maybe,
why would San Fran do that?
Yeah, why would they? Yeah, it's just it was kind of erroneous. Or the Patriots got turned down for Ayuk for
now.
Who was it they were going to trade Ayuk for?
They were going to trade a second round pick.
Judon, yeah.
No. The Patriots offered a second round pick to San Francisco, which happened to be the 34th pick, which was Jaden Polk, the rookie wide receiver. They attempted to trade for Ayuk with the second round pick that they used this year, and they were going to give Ayuk $28 million a year.
Jesus,
why didn't this happen?
Right, that would have been awesome for the Patriots.
So you don't give up this first round pick because that would be stupid because it's the number 3 pick. But why didn't they give up next year's or the year after?
Right, who cares?
Why?
He's a good receiver.
You get the wrong guy. I'm a big fan of fuck them picks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fuck them picks, dude.
Definitely elevate the offense of the New England Patriots, which is Brissett.
You get a young Brissett's not we know that Brissett's not the long-term guy.
He's a stand-in for till like week 10, right? But
I wouldn't mind seeing him all year.
mhm.
Why not?
And
He
then
could actually. This Patriots defense is going to be. We're at the point of the year where I try to talk myself into a good season. Remember we went over this a few weeks ago.
yeah, you're building up now. Spring training started. Oh, there's hope. There's some hope. Yay!
Right.
Until like about week 5, and then you want to
Week
like
4 or
hurt
5, and
yourself.
then I'm like in a nosedive.
Ugh.
I do think the Patriots defense is unreal. They're still that good of a defense. Belichick built this defense. The question is, are they going to be that good without Bill Belichick?
Right, but why not throw money? Like Matt Judon's like, I'll
Right.
take the money that I'm making here in New England and go play anywhere else, or I'll stay in New England and you guys are gonna pay me a boatload of money because this team sucks.
Well, dude, he has been the best Patriot since he got here.
Oh, for sure, he's a middle linebacker, right? Or is he?
He's an outside linebacker.
Outside linebacker, but
He's an outside linebacker. He's been the best pass rusher we've had since Chandler Jones. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And probably Willie McGinnis, because I think he's better than Chandler was.
He gets sacks, he gets interceptions, he picks up fumbles. He's
He's
all
so
around.
freaking good. They need to sign him.
Mhm.
And he's openly said it on Twitter in interviews. Hey, I want to retire a Patriot. This is where I want to play the rest of my career. Why are we not making this happen? Brandon Marsh with a home run. Thank you very much. 1-0, good guys. Oh no, sorry, you got a double, whatever. Yeah, hell yeah.
Close.
Phillies are up 1-0. It doesn't matter. Ball game. Anyway, I'm so stoked. The Phillies are so good this year. But I think the Patriots defense could be good. I don't know how Gerard Mayo is going to run the defense. I've never seen him run a defense all on his own. He's always had help.
He's not. He's going to run it the defense by himself. Gerard Mayo is. He doesn't have a coordinator. No, oh really? No coordinator.
I don't think they have a defensive coordinator, or maybe
No
they didn't. Maybe they
coordinators, no
named
problem.
one. They named all the other coaches, but I don't. Maybe they did, and I don't remember. But he's going to run the defense. Gerard Mayo's running this defense. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it's kind of done. And I know the offensive coordinator is the guy that we got from Cleveland, and that's why I'm pretty confident with how Jacoby can play.
Mm-hmm.
Like I liked Jacoby when he was here. Then he came back. He's a perfect stopgap guy.
Right. He did play well when he did. He was like the number 3 guy, right? And he came in and he played. He won like a few games. Yeah, he can.
He was good for. It was good for Indy. He was great here. Yeah. Have a good night, Kristina. Is she on right now?
She just came back on. You want me to bring her back in?
Yes. Yeah.
Pop back in.
That'd be great.
Kristina joins us.
Kristina,
thank you so much. I know we got cut off here.
Yeah, my phone died. So.
But you predicted that, so
I had to run.
If anything more validation of your mediumship.
Like I was trying to say, but we'll get back to the sports in a minute. But so I'm in recovery, and there was a conversation I had maybe last week with my sponsor, and it was about how like I'm emotionally just retarded. And I know people aren't going to like that word, but it is what it is. I don't express myself ever. Like, and it holds me back. Like it holds me back like a lot. You know what I mean? And there's also other habits, like there's like spending habits and stuff like that I've struggled with like recently that have pulled me back. So it's funny when you were like habits, I was like, oh, you gotta be shitting me. You know what I mean? And then you said a few things because I honestly wanted you to be dead wrong about everything. Like I did. I was like, I don't want any part of this. And then, but you hit the nail.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, you nailed it, and I'm like really happy that you nailed it. It was amazing. It was cool for me to experience that. You know what I mean? Because I've never done that, so it was like pretty cool. That was dope.
I'm glad that I gave you a good experience. I'm glad that I was able to give everybody a good experience. That, of course, is my goal every time. You know. But yes, you do need to, again, come to an acceptance of how you feel, of what is. And you're not going to like my next suggestion, but hear me out, okay? Maybe therapy.
Yeah, that I actually just started therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. There you go. Good job.
I just started up with my old therapist that he's actually like right down the street from my house. So that's so funny that you said that. But yeah, I just started doing it again.
That's going to help. That's
Yeah,
going to
for
help
sure.
because when you get comfortable expressing yourself in that setting, you'll feel safe. And that'll
Yeah.
start healing that inner child, right? Because that's really where it all comes down to is your inner child doesn't feel safe to do these things.
Mhm.
So if little you doesn't feel safe to do these things, big you is constantly going to be looking over your shoulder every time.
Yeah.
Does that make
Trying
sense?
to protect the little child.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we need to parent our inner child. And it's kind of hard to do that when, I mean, shit, we're still little children inside. How are we supposed to be grown-ups, right? You know what I mean? So it's like an oxymoron, but you got to be able to figure it out. Therapy is going to help you do that. If you're interested, send me a message. I'm actually going to be doing a guided meditation to help you get in touch and have that conversation with your inner child.
Yeah, that'd be
To
dope.
kick off.
I'll send you a message on Facebook because I wanted to do some Reiki and stuff like that anyway. And like you just,
Yeah.
Do it,
you blew me
dude.
away with that.
It'll be
Yeah,
Just
you blew me
do
away
it.
with that.
Put on your Nike hat.
That's what I'm saying.
Buddy
Yeah,
told you
I've
so.
been saying that a lot.
You blew me away, Kristina. That was amazing. That was dope.
Awesome. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
you
It's all
so
about the
much for-
experience.
Thank you so much for coming.
You're
on.
welcome.
Yeah. Thank you
Thanks
again
for having me.
coming on.
It was fun.
That's awesome.
For everybody still listening, again, Kristina's link tree is on our Facebook. I posted it, so it's like it'll be one of the top posts right near our live right now, and you can check out her events coming up September 13th in Cumberland, Rhode Island. And anything else, it has all the links that you need to all Kristina's stuff.
Yeah. My
Sure.
link tree's got the link to all my social medias, to where you can book a reading or some Reiki with me, all of that fun stuff on there. It's the one link to rule them all, you know?
I'm going to try and put that link here, add the banner. Let's see if it works. There we go. This one right here. At the
Michelle was
bottom of the
watching
screen.
Lord of the Rings.
Here we go,
the
right
other
at the
day.
bottom of the screen. That's her link tree for the rest of the show. I'll have this running. So guys, check her out. Check her out on Facebook. She's on the socials, if you will. I have her as a friend on Facebook at daily stuff. She has daily videos, daily card readings, daily interactions. It's amazing everything you do. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Kristina.
Thank you so much, Kristina.
I hope to have you back on anytime you're available.
Oh.
Sarah Gagné, thank you so much. This was a great recommendation.
This was great.
So
Thanks for
this was
having me,
amazing.
guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Again.
Bye-bye.
That was
Awesome.
dude. She
Awesome.
hit it.
Awesome.
Yeah, she hit it right on the head.
All right.
She did.
Skeptic,
I wanted
why
to.
not?
I wanted to make sure she heard that. You know what I mean? That was
Yeah,
dope.
for sure. It was
That
an
was
awesome
great.
connection. So
That
speaking
was
of awesome connections, let's get back to our Patriots.
Also,
making the
the
connection.
more that I see of Drake May, the more I'm convinced that they got the right guy.
Dude, he looks good on videos. I've seen some of his trading videos.
Dude, hey,
he's fast.
He's a big sucker.
Mm-hmm.
He's
football.
Dude, he's got and I don't want. They have Joe Milton. They have a backup quarterback that's built like a freight train, dude.
Yeah.
Have you seen that kid?
I've seen his name in a few of the headlines,
buddy,
but I haven't seen him play yet. No.
I watched him throw a ball like 78 yards the other day.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a cannon, dude,
Mm-hmm.
and he's big. Like he's built like a defensive end, dude.
Really?
I'm a big Drake May guy. I was very, very like hesitant to. We talked about it.
Skeptical, if you will, of Drake May, even though we haven't really seen him
because he's very raw.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Very, very raw. But
we haven't really seen him perform on the national level yet. I mean, other than college
but
football.
The more I see of him, man, I don't want to see him play this year. I don't want to see him come in, get hurt, get his confidence hurt. There's no need to rush him. We're not a Super Bowl team as it is.
Don't make the same mistakes you made with number 10, right?
And I think a lot of that's Mac. I still think, dude, people are going to take this the wrong way. You know this, buddy. I was a Mac Jones stan. I loved Mac Jones, dude. Like, I was very skeptical at first. I said I didn't want, like, everybody compared him to Brady off rip. I said, take it easy. Take it easy. He won me over, and then he still had moments of brilliance. But, man, I think mentally, dude, I don't know. I just don't see it.
You're like a closet Alabama fan. I could see that about
No. There's only one fan. Dude, let's talk about this for a second. You laughed at this post. Dude, I found this stupid fucking thing on an internet on like one of the Facebook groups I'm in, and it says the most annoying fan base is the Miami Hurricanes. You sons of bitches!
I saw that University of
You
Miami. Notre Dame was
sons
number
of
3.
bitch- Yeah, Ohio State was number 2. They're not
Right.
number 2. Fuck
They're number
Ohio State. They're number 1. Dude, even that, so a friend of mine, Chris, he's from Ohio, and
Oh.
he commented, dude, and he goes, we're not number 2. He's like, we're the most annoying fan base.
Oh,
I'm
for
like,
sure.
I'm like, you guys are the worst. You can't go out to eat without hearing OH. It's the worst. I hate it. Oh, we all know how how I feel about Ohio now, and it's just. Oh,
Although speaking of Ohioans, the former Cleveland Indians, now the Cleveland Guardians, are also playing some really great baseball there in Cleveland.
yeah, they are.
Kind of like pitch that on out to you. Now that we're talking shit about Ohio, I don't know.
They're not
they're
going to
doing-
beat the Phillies though. And dude, the Orioles are like a legit team, huh?
Yeah, they're playing good ball too. They're what?
Like they're a good young baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
They have a really good team. They're really young. They just, dude, they get better. Like last year, I thought last year was a fluke. It looks like they're the real deal. Like
they're definitely the real
and
deal.
Jackson Holiday, they can trade Jackson Holiday away and get
It's still
like a
still be fine.
monster, like
Mhm.
monster piece, and still be okay.
Mhm.
Like they don't need him. You know what I mean? Now in 5-10 years, will you regret trading him? It's very possible.
Maybe,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, because he could be like, but again, trade the prospects. I believe in if you can get that. This is where I'm at with the Phillies. We've had 3 prospects at the top of our list the last probably 3 years, right?
Yep.
Andrew Painter, it's another pitcher, and it's a shortstop.
Mhm.
Trade them all and get whatever you need for this season.
Right.
Whatever it is, get another outfielder and get another pitcher and load up. And because this is the team, like this is the Phillies team that could do it.
Yeah.
And don't like I'm all in, buddy. I'm all in, dude. I'm all in, dude. I'm going. I don't give a shit. I made up my mind today. I was thinking about it. I was driving home from work and I'm stuck in lovely Providence traffic. Which, by the way, I am back working in Rhode Island. I fucking love Providence, Rhode Island.
And the Ocean State loves you, Bamps.
You will
It's
not
so
find them.
wonderful.
I love Providence, Rhode Island. Like,
Mhm.
love it. Like, if I could live there and find like a decent place, I would move to I
What-
love Providence. Rhode Island.
I mean, I love Providence too, but what about Providence specifically do you love?
It's everything, dude.
Mhm.
It's the food. There's no, you can walk any direction and get any kind of food that you want.
Right, there's a lot of good cultural food down in Providence.
Right?
A lot of the
And
Spanish food
so
trucks and stuff.
It's like it is a capital city, but it's not like Boston. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
God,
it's
no.
small.
It's
It's small, and you
minute.
can walk around. You can get around. You can like there's. So while you're living in a major city, it's not a major city.
No,
That's
not at all.
that's why I love Providence, though. Like
Right.
because it gives you a major city feel, but it's not really a major city because it's still a small city in the
Our
smallest city.
arts district consists
Yes,
of
that
one
too.
theater. Right. Yeah. We have
But
the arts, we have the
dude,
Ritzy, we have
buddy, my favorite movie theater is in Providence, and they only play one movie at a time. Right? It's an old timey movie theater. I forget the name of it. But
I
they
know what
play
you
like-
mean. With
But they play
couches.
like my kind of movies. Like they
Yeah,
play
right.
Wes Anderson films. You wouldn't have guessed it, but like I love Wes Anderson. But like they play Wes Anderson films. They play all sorts of stuff like that.
Is it
like,
the one on
I
Thayer
lo-
Street? Is it the
Yes.
Avon? Yeah, all right. That's
Yeah.
I saw the movie Clerks there in 1993, dude. Yeah, that is
It's one
definitely a
theater.
classic. Yeah.
It's just one movie theater, dude. And it is
Yep.
so dope. I love Providence, Rhode Island. Like
Mhm.
I have a love affair with Providence, Rhode Island. I always have. So and
Great
me working so
parking.
close
The
to home-
east side is wonderful, eclectic.
beautiful. It's
Um,
beautiful. It's perfect. It's got everything you need.
Every
And,
culture you could imagine, for sure.
So I was driving home, and obviously the issues with the bridge, so I hit a little bit of traffic, right? Which, I mean, whatever, I'll deal
the
with it.
bridges are shit.
It's
show.
a lot better than where I was driving before, dude. I was driving almost
True.
2 hours away, like so.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good with the 30-minute drive.
The hell
I'm
with the
fine.
Cape, right?
I am going to Philadelphia for a home game, a home playoff
Oh,
game.
there you go, dude. I was contemplating going to I was on the cusp. I was going to buy tickets to the Red Sox Yankees at Yankee Stadium in September. I'm like, wait a minute, you know what? Metallica is coming. I want to go see Metallica. I'm going to go see Metallica. And I spent like $300 on the ticket.
Limp
It's just
Bizkit's
me.
coming in August, and I might go see them too.
Who? Who's
Limp
coming in
Bizkit.
August? Oh,
Limp Bizkit.
wow.
I
I
love
saw
Limp
them
Bizkit.
at Ozfest 1998. They had a giant toilet on the stage. and they walked out of the toilet with their instruments. And what's the name? The lead singer?
Fred
Lead
Durst.
singer. Yeah, Fred Durst stood on the
Fred Durst.
toilet and just jammed out. It was a giant. It was literally like the size of a small house on the stage. A giant
That's
toilet.
funny. Dude, they're supposed to
It
put
was-
on a great show.
Yeah,
And
they
they're
were pretty good live.
Yeah,
And they
they're
were
coming to
nobody when I
Great
saw 'em.
Woods. Yeah, they're coming to
Great
Great
Woods
Woods.
is
So it
such a
should be dope.
Great Woods. We still call it. It's the Infinity Center.
Yeah,
It's such a
now
great
it's,
venue, though. I mean, cheap seats. You can go sit on the lawn for like what
yes.
20
Well,
bucks.
that's where I'm
most-
going to sit. That's where I'm going
Yep.
to sit.
Walk around, just have fun with people. Yeah, it's always a good time.
Right.
Mosh pits are a little bit dangerous there, but you know,
I'm
whatever.
too
I
old
don't
for
really
that.
do that stuff anymore. So
I'm too old for that now.
I'm way
Dude.
too
I
old
won't
for that
get-
too.
I
Dude, I went
won't
to a metal show with a couple bands. The guy who does the intro for our show, he was the drummer in the first band, Exploder, and Bill Sutherland, our friend from Arbor Ford,
Yes.
was the drummer for the last band, Noma. Bill is such an incredible musician. So I went and I saw them, and they had 610 Connector playing in between. Actually, a lot of these guys, the first band, Exploder, it was Mr. Gigawatt, Derek DePietro. He was on drums. He's our intro guy. It was Paulie P was on the bass, and it was this guy named Dave who was the lead singer. The gentleman played lead guitar. I didn't know, but the three guys that I mentioned, they were all in a band with my former co-host on a different. And they all got together and they make their own music now. It sounds awesome, and they're all talking shit about the boat and what all the douchey things that he used to do. And I'm like, it sounds so familiar. It's like you guys are telling me about like what happened in the last like 3 years. It's unbelievable. So some people just never change, you know. But it was a good time. It was a great show, great music. I'm going.
Oh, don't get me going on that clown.
We don't have to even talk about the boat.
Oh.
I went with in September. I'm excited to be going with Joey Wrestling, aka Joey Paranormal, aka Joey's soon to be someone's father. We're gonna go see Pearl Jam at the Fenway Park.
Nice.
So I'm wicked excited. That's always a good time. So yeah,
dude. There's no shortage of
great music. While I turned down the baseball, I am taking my clients, 2 of them, to a Patriots preseason. The first Patriots preseason game. We got tickets. I think we paid like $40. This guy. He hasn't been one of my clients. He hasn't been to. He loves going to sporting events. He's 63 years old. He's got like schizophrenia, and he's also intellectually disabled. He's lived there his whole life, and he's the sweetest guy I've ever met in my life. And all he wants to do is go to sports games. I'm like, yeah, let's go, dude. It's his goal. So we're going. His goal was to attend more sporting events, so we're going to go to a Patriots game, and it's going to blow him away. And I'm like, dude, you're going to see Drake May playing like probably most of the game, and that other kid.
They're going to see. Yeah, you'll see a lot of Joe Milton. I'm assuming in the preseason, you'll see. I mean, Drake May will play a lot, I think, but they're gonna see Joe Milton to see if they want to keep him on the roster. Mostly, you know, Drake May is making the team.
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt.
Number 3 pick. Like,
you see the future of the Patriots right there playing. That's
dude.
Fun
Hey, these young wide receivers look fast.
Yeah, I've read about a lot about that guy Polk. That
this is the first time in a long time I've been excited about weapons in New England. Like Demario Douglas is a freak. I love him. And then you still have he was Pop Douglas. He little wide receiver, little slot receiver, just fast as hell, dude. Just fast. And he played for us last year. He was great. And then you have Kendrick Bourne, who Kendrick Bourne can do some amazing things when he's on the field healthy. We still
tight end.
Yeah. And we still have Jaden Polk. Like they still have other guys. Like, dude, and hopefully Tyquan Thornton proves to be something, but we'll see. It'll be kind of different to see. It'll be exciting, I think. I'm talking myself into it so I can get excited for football season. But to be honest, dude, I'm very excited about watching the Baltimore Ravens play.
They're a sick team. They've always been like they were scary last year. I'm surprised they didn't go further last year.
Derrick Henry and Paul Ricard and Lamar Jackson in the same backfield.
All right.
Who the frig is gonna stop that?
Speed. Yeah. Nothing.
And then what?
Injuries.
Yeah. Then you're worried about they got 300 pounders in the backfield, and then you have Lamar Jackson who can do whatever he wants, and you have one of the greatest tight ends of all time sneaking out the back dude. And you still have
He,
Zay
he
Flowers.
can
like,
throw, he
dude,
can run, and he can catch, which is he's
Dude,
everything. He's everything. Every part of the offense almost.
It's Baltimore's going to be really fun to watch. I think this year the AFC is tough because you got Joe Burrow coming back.
Mhm.
He's going to be great. Aaron Rodgers, my boy, will be back this year.
I gotta tell you, I was thinking of you earlier. I was at work today. I had to take a guy to a doctor's appointment to see his psychiatrist. So I was sitting there in the waiting room, and there's other people, and it's a big office, and they're in there for a group, and some of the same people I see like week to week. So I'm like, hey, how you doing, blah blah blah. And a guy's talking about all this like crazy shit about like how he's the president of the company, and he owns Mercedes, he owns all this. It's like, yeah, okay, yep. And he's like, you know what else? He's like, you watch football? He's like, I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I watch football. He's like, those Dolphins look pretty good. I'm like, yeah, my Dolphins look. He's like, you know what? What's scary to me? He's like, Aaron Rodgers is gonna win the Super Bowl with the Jets. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that.
I hope so, dude.
No, dude, you're mentally ill. You're telling me all this other wild shit. That's not gonna happen with Aaron Rodgers.
Dude, Aaron Rodgers with a top 10 defense is very scary.
And he hasn't played football in 2 years, really. I mean, other than 4 snaps
Okay,
last year, and then
in the
fifth
NFL,
snap.
all you have to do is limit mistakes.
Yep,
Aaron Rodgers doesn't turn the ball over. He never
not that
has.
much. No,
Like he never has in his whole career. He just doesn't do it. You know what I mean? And you have to play good, sound defense, and you have to be able to run the ball.
So
They can
why
do
doesn't
all
he
of
have more rings? Why doesn't he have more championships?
He never had a top. Like he had one top 10 defense his whole career. They won the Super Bowl that year.
Okay, all right.
And I mean, look at the fucking schmokes that was coaching his teams. You know what I mean? Like one player can only get you so far. And this also works for my Belichick argument because like, look at it, dude. You have one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Yep.
And you can't get past it because stupid coaching mistakes. Like what, a couple years ago, LaFleur went for a field goal instead of going for it when you would have had to have a touchdown anyway.
Yep.
Like Mike McCarthy is known to shoot himself in the foot constantly with bad clock management and like,
yep.
Dude, all that stuff adds up. You know what I mean? One player can get you so far, but you still need all these other pieces. And man, I can't wait. I cannot wait to watch Aaron Rodgers. That will be the game that I will watch. Probably I'll have a split screen of the Patriots and the Jets game on. I will absolutely be watching Aaron Rodgers play. I can't wait.
He's in the same division, dude. I don't know how you can do that, but I mean, whatever.
It's easy because he was never in the division before, and I used to love watching him, and I still love him, dude. I love Aaron Rodgers. I think he's amazing. I think if you put him on the New England Patriots for his career, he has more Super Bowls than Tom Brady has, easily.
Who's more talented? A lot of conjecture right there. That's a lot of like
who's more talented?
What, him or Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady? You're asking me.
Yep. Who's more talented?
Hands down, Tom Brady. Tom Brady, no. hands down. Dude.
No, Tom would even tell you that he wasn't the most talented.
I don't like either one of them, but I think Tom Brady is way more.
No,
way more.
I didn't ask you who the better quarterback was. Who's the most talented quarterback?
I don't know, dude.
Rodgers makes better throws. Rodgers can make throws that Brady could never make.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's not maybe. Aaron Rodgers can throw 80 yards with a flick of the wrist. You know what I mean?
All right.
Like that dude
okay.
Is so
all right.
You pair him up with Bill Belichick, you're going to tell me he's not going to get 7-8 Super Bowls?
All right. Or like what? Like Randy Moss or something like that? Or some of the weapons that Tom Brady had.
Pair him up with
Edelman
Gronk and Hernandez and Edelman and all those teams.
Oh, my God. That's the sick teams that they've had over the years. Yeah.
Yeah. So just imagine in an offensive line that could protect them. Like, the Patriots dynasty doesn't happen without Brady or Belichick. I'm firm on that. Like you needed them both to make it work. That's just how it works. That's why Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes work. Mm-hmm. Like you need both. And I just think, man, if you could put Aaron Rodgers in with like an Andy Reid or like somebody like that, dude, man, his career would have won so many Super Bowls, dude. True. It's a shame, dude. He was wasted. And he never bitched about it, though. You never heard him bitch about it.
There's something about Aaron Rodgers. I just can't stop it. I don't know. I was thrilled when he went down last year, so I'm kind of...
That's so rude. That's so rude.
Dude, I hate the Jets. I absolutely hate the Jets.
Yeah, I hate the Jets, too, but I just love me some A-Rod, dude. Dude, honestly, this is going to be the toughest year for me not to go to Gillette with a fucking Jets jersey.
Oh, why? Oh my God, dude! I told
would
my
break
guys
my
I
own
wouldn't wear a Dolphins jersey. Of course, I'm not gonna wear a Dolphins jersey, but I'm like, I'm not gonna root for the Patriots when we go see them play
Dude,
the
I'm gonna have a
Buffalo.
tough time not rooting for Aaron Rodgers because we're gonna suck. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? We're gonna suck. We're gonna suck. And just to watch him torch the defense, I'm gonna have like half a chub and be like, "Oh no, this is awful. This sucks. Oh no, oh no, this is
Oh,
bad. I can't wait. I
oh,
can't wait, buddy. I can't wait for football season. College football season's coming up.
college
My
football season's
University of
coming close.
Miami will. Every year, I feel like I say this.
I think so.
Every year, I feel like I say this, dude.
Like Jimmy Johnson's gonna come back and Michael Irvin's gonna play again. It's just.
I
gonna
think
be
they
the-
have the right coach. I think
Mm.
they have the right guy. I think Mario Cristobal's the right guy. I
Okay.
really, really do. If he
Mhm.
doesn't do it this year, then it's time to move on because it's been, I think this is 4 years now, and you have to see some kind of improvement. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
right.
have to win the ACC.
Have they
You
been in
have
the
to
top?
be Florida.
They've been in the top AP, right? They've been in the top 25.
Yes, but they haven't stayed.
Right. Or even what about bowls? Have they made bowl games or significant
Not ones
bowls?
that mean anything.
Mean anything?
This year, hey,
So-
this year they have a chance to have the Heisman Trophy winner.
Quarterback?
Cameron Ward, yeah, he transferred in. I
Mhm.
forget where he played before, but maybe I forget where he played before. It wasn't like a major, you know what I mean? Like he transferred to the University of Miami, and I think he's like one of the top 5 or 10 favorites to win the Heisman this year. Like he could actually be really, really good for them. And if that, I mean, all you got to do is ride the hot hand. I mean, you see it every year in college football. Like the hot quarterback could win it. You know what I mean? Joe Burrow
Yeah, it's
at
always a
LSU.
quarterback.
You know what I mean? Joe Burrow at
Right.
LSU, Cam Newton at Auburn, like
Mhm.
Johnny Manziel at Texas A&M. Like these are the
Mhm.
guys you just ride them. And if I will be insufferable if University of Miami is good.
Yeah, I would imagine that. Yeah,
I would be. It's
pretty
been so
awful to tell, right? Especially if
It-
they get the Heisman and the goddamn Jets do actually do something.
Oh, dude, this show will just be me gloating for
Oh.
hours.
I hate the Jets. Oh my God, I get a guy I used to work with. I've been thinking about reaching out and maybe like add him for like a sports piece on here because he's a monster Jets, Yankees, and Knicks fan. And he's from New York. He's such a dirtbag, but I mean I love him. He's a great guy. But oh my God, just that breed of person. Ugh, I hate New York fans. New
Yeah,
Yorkers
they're
are great
pretty bad.
people, but oh my
They're
God, your
pretty
sports teams are terrible. I hate the Buffalo Bills. I hate the
I
Bills
hate the
Mafia.
Bills. I hate the Bills Mafia. I hate the
Ugh.
Bills. Oh God, I hate the Giants. Fuck the Giants.
The Giants are not a New York team; they're a New Jersey team. So let's just like your
and they're
Jets.
fucking
They don't play. They
useless.
haven't played in New York in over 50 years.
It's true.
You cannot call yourself a New Yorker if you've lived in New Jersey for over 50 years. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's a thing. But
It's a thing. Look it up. Look it
I
up.
digress. The Giants are going to be on that stupid show that my Dolphins.
Have you watched it? Have you watched it? It's on. It's on right now. They look like idiots.
Yeah, dude. It's the Giants, dude.
Dude, they were like, we're gonna let. They told Saquon Barkley, we're gonna let you test free agency. Then you come back and give us last chance. And then the GM goes, I'm kind of nervous about it. And then he goes, I don't think he's gonna have any. The owner's like, I don't think he's gonna have anybody to take him. Like nobody's gonna want to pay that dude. The first day of free agency,
Right, he's going.
signs with Philadelphia, dude. And they
in
their own division.
East rival, and they scoop him up like that.
It's unbelievable.
He's gonna take a giant shit on New York. I cannot wait to see that. The shitting on of the Giants. Oh. Every time they lose, it just brings a special smile to my heart. Even though my grandfather, the man who built this house that I'm sitting right now, he was a Giants fan because the Patriots weren't around, so he always followed the Giants.
Right.
And I never watched football. I always watched baseball with this guy. He was a Sox fan. Lived and breathed baseball. But I became a Dolphins fan. And that's history. But I was this close. I could have became a Giants fan. So I'm thankful. That's the one thing I didn't take from a great man that and just let that go in the past because F the New Jersey Giants. They're just terrible.
Yeah.
Except for the years that they beat the Patriots. Then I was a New Jersey Giants fan. The helmet catch, that was a miracle of football evolution. That was a beautiful
Ty
thing.
Warren got held. Ty Warren was held
Completely, but what the rest see, dude,
fucking
doesn't
face mask was going back, jerseys being ripped off his body, and he's going, help, dude. And they're like, no, there's no holding in, dude. It's so funny. The picture of Eli literally has Ty Warren's face mask getting ripped off his face. I'm like, oh, come on. And also Plaxico Burress pushed off. You know what I mean? Like, I can keep going on this if you want.
Right.
You know what I
You
mean?
can go on forever. Yeah. I put the big NY on my face, which seemed almost blasphemous at the time, but because they were facing the Patriots. And I entered into a bet with my wife at the time. She was a giant, huge Patriots fan. I love the Patriots. When her whole family, they all went to the Squish the Fish game. They just like live and breathe New England football. And we made a bet between us. Me being a Dolphins fan and her being a Patriots fan. I'm like, so if the Patriots win, I'll wear I was going to adorn the Tom Brady jersey, which if anyone knows me, I hate.
Might have
Tom
actually
Brady.
burnt your skin.
It would have burned my skin, dude. I would have had to wear it to work. I would have had to drink. We had like team glasses. I would have had to drink out of the Patriots cup. I would have had to bring my coffee into work in a Patriots mug. Everything I would have had to live and breathe like I love Tom Brady all day long, but because the Patriots lost, she had to do that with Dolphins gear and praise the Dolphins. And it just,
buddy, we're gonna make a bet this year with the
Jets.
Jets.
My heart.
I'm not gonna do. I won't do the Patriots because we're gonna suck.
Oh,
we'll do the Jets and Dolphins this year.
Yeah, but no. But anyway.
Oh yeah,
that is the best. That is the best, the second best bet to do and make somebody wear the team's jersey and embarrass themselves the whole next day. The best, right? The guy Steve that we had on a show, he made a bet with a friend of his out in Kansas City a few years ago that the Patriots would beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs beat the Patriots, so he had tattooed on his body the Chiefs logo. That was the bet. Oh, that I'm not doing that, by the way. I would never do that. That is awful because you wear the rest of your life now. You're stuck with the goddamn Jets on your. I wouldn't do that shit.
That would be hilarious.
No, thank you. There's only certain things that Buddy Tay will do, and that's definitely not one of them. But anyway, I digress again. Yeah,
it's 10:50.
Yeah, we've been on here for a long time. You know, it took me like 15 minutes to come on here in the first place.
We caught up. We had a great show.
Yeah, Kristina was awesome.
She was unbelievable, dude. She hit the nail right on the head.
For everybody, it was just great. I'd like to have her back on the show. Tune in. Are you guys doing a mid-card this Friday? You and Joe?
We're supposed to. Joey had some issues. I guess he was working all day Friday, like with all the technical stuff that had happened.
Yep.
So he needed a break. You know what I mean? So we took a break, but we still have the interview. There's an interview up on there. There's the show that we did last week, and hopefully we'll get a show out this week. We should. I don't see why we wouldn't. Barring any issues. So
right. Our episode 3, Three Dudes Brews from Vigilant Brewing. We put it out. It was a little. The internet was wonky that day, so the episode came out really wonky. We're going to re-edit it and put it out probably next week sometime. Our episode 4 from Six Pack Brewing in Bristol will premiere the first week of August. And in August, myself and the dudes are going to go out to the lovely island of Block Island. And we're going to actually be doing our show from a pub. We're going to be doing it with a good friend of ours who owns the lovely Club Soda and Block Island Ghost Stores, Rick Isaac. Big fan of him. Big fan of everything he does out there on Block Island. It's going to give him a little exposure and drink some of his beers. So for Kristina Marie, psychic medium, for BAMS and his Philadelphia Phillies for
that's team in baseball. They won 3-0, by the way. Thank you.
For my Red Sox, we're staying alive. This has been the Ghost and the Goat. I'm Buddy Thayer, and good night. Tune in next week for Russ Stiver and a bit more from the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. I'll be attending this weekend. Peace. Have a good weekend. Have fun. We're out.